Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to the show. It's Friday. Stock Markets with Bruce on Friday, June the 18th, 2021. Bruce, welcome to the how show. You doing? Did you have a good week? I think we might make some more money today. At least I hope we do. Except for one thing, I would recommend that safety tip for anyone who wants the markets to go higher rather than lower. Don't interview the president of the St. Louis Fed before the opening of the market, because the more the guy talks, the further the futures go down. I just find it amazing. But then again, it is human nature. You get some official talking about, the potential of higher inflation and higher interest rates and the economy and all that, and then you get the worry warts going, oh, going crazy. They start sounding Yoko Ono in the middle of a concert, and the Dow just drops. The futures drop like 200 points in 15 minutes, and after the interview's over, the Dow comes back up again. Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, you're talking about theoretically what we're going to do, not what we're gonna do. You think there's 15% interest rates coming? Boy, are you in another time warp. You have got no idea what's going on. Man, I don't know. I kind of wonder about how how the markets will do going forward, because there are so few. How do I say this nicely? I don't know if I can say this very nicely. If you're my age and you're over 50, one, you've been around a while. Well, duh, right? You're older. You've seen, you've been through a lot. But then again, I never had to fight a world war like my grandparents did, or some of your parents may have. Boomer generation, right? Born after the war. It's not my fault. Born after the war, couldn't have been in the Second World War. And so we've had, a different kind of life. I mean, the tough times for us were, certain events happen in our, in the world. But the toughest thing economically that we've gone through, we didn't go through the Great Depression in the 30s. We weren't born yet. We didn't go through post First World War or anything like that. Tough times. Again, we weren't around. What have we generated, or what have we survived? We survived the so-called crazy 70s and 80s, when the good old days, from the 40s and the 50s, after the war, all that spending that was brought into the economy, that wore out in the 70s. And it was by then, by the mid to late 70s, and definitely the 80s, Canada and the USA and Europe, but mainly Canada, the USA, got a very rude awakening. And the rude awakening was, you can't just put your thumbs underneath your suspenders and go, we won the war, it's all great. You can't do that anymore. That was 30 years ago, 40 years ago, from the 70s to the 80s. Second World War is over. And all that post spending and all that post-war boom, it's over. Now you're competing against a world that is far more engaged, far wiser, and far more efficient than you are. And so what happened was, little things like, we began to figure out that if you bought a North American car, if you bought a Ford, Chrysler, a GM, a Chevy, any of the North American made cars, chances are that within 4 to 5 years, they were rust buckets and were done for mechanically. They were garbage, because they were garbage. A 1973 Duster was a piece of crap. A Pinto, a Servan Vega, you name all the brands of cars that were made, that were sold to North Americans as the great automobiles. Fantastic value. What value? Yeah. They were cheap in the showroom, but they were expensive to keep running, because they were crap. And you had to, you only paid $5,000 for a car, but then you had to pay $1,000 a year to keep it running, and it got worse. We also figured out that if you could buy a Duster at the Plymouth dealer for $3,800, $4,500, or you could buy a Toyota Corolla and it would last 6 to 10 years or longer, and they wouldn't break down as much. And so you paid a little more, but boy, you got a lot more at the end. Then we noticed in 73 the energy crisis come along. Gas went from like 50 cents, 30 cents a gallon, 40 cents a gallon, 50 cents a gallon, up to $1 a gallon and beyond, making big 8-cylinder gas guzzlers the stupidest thing you could possibly own, except if you had the cash to afford it. And most people began to go, oh my God, I can't afford this car anymore. We found our standard of living was dramatically affected in the 70s and the 80s because the outside world was a much better, more efficient place. And in Japan and Europe, they had their act together with regard to quality of product. They would not tolerate crap they would not buy garbage. They just wouldn't buy it. We're Canadians and Americans. We were price shoppers. We were price shoppers because we were used to getting our 5 and 10% raises every year. We just were used to it. And it was our way out of problems was to inflation our way out and then just replace it with something new. That was it. And of course, our landfills started to show it, and our land dumps, and the pollution's numbers were just ridiculous. The air quality every major city in North America was just intolerable. On and on and on it went. Europe, they were ahead of us. They had a long way to go too to clean up their act, and they did. But they put the money down, and it was not easy. By the 80s, inflation had really taken its toll, and the only way to control inflation was to put in price controls. And that was the Carter era. That was in Canada, the Trudeau era, Father Trudeau. And that was painful, incredibly painful. But it worked. It actually did work. That inflation came down from the mid-teens and up with interest rates in the high teens, right back down into that 8, 10, 12% for interest rates. And it came down even lower to the 6, 7, 8% interest rates. And that just stabilized things and stopped the bleeding. But North American factories and North American manufacturers and owners of businesses in North America began to figure out, man, we cannot produce these vehicles and these items the way we've been producing them. We have to increase the quality of our product. And Ford came up with the Job 1 handle. They wanted to come up. Chrysler was coming up with 4-year warranties on their cars. 4 years. Oh my gosh. They came up with a 7-year transmission warranty on a car. Unheard of. Used to get 1-year warranty on a car, max. And then you're on your own, buddy. Then it was like a 20,000 mile or a 30,000 mile warranty. Then imports were coming up with 100,000 mile warranties on their drivetrains. That's the engine and the transmission, to reassure their customers that if you're dropping money on our product, it will last. And if you're a 20,000 mile a year driver, you got 5 years of protection for your vehicle. And this really took off. And Chrysler was the first North American car company to come up with an extended long-term warranty to back up their product. It was amazing. And North Americans had never seen this before. We had never, ever seen this before, that we could get this kind of protection or coverage, warranty coverage for our vehicles. Because it was in my dad's era, when he was a traveling salesman in the 60s, you got a new car every 2 to 3 years, automatic, because it was a guaranteed done deal that the car you bought in 61, you had to get rid of by 64. And the vehicle you got in 63, you had to get rid of by 66. You had to turn them over. And you could turn them over because you made enough money to just buy a new car every couple of years, every 2, 3 years. It was like the standard of living was so high that you could pay off your car on a short-term 2-year loan, or you could literally buy it in cash every 2 to 3 years. Can you just think about that today? You have the kind of capital coming out of your paycheck every 2 weeks that you can buy a new car every 2 to 3 years cash. Think about that standard of living when you look at the car you have or the car you'd like to replace your car with. Have you got enough cash for something like that? Gibber TV, thank you for becoming a member. Love it. Unthinkable. I mean, today, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. How much is a brand new, I mean, you think about what you want to buy, uh, F-150, or you want to buy, say, you know, a family vehicle every 2 to 3 years, $30,000, $40,000 every 2 years. Could you afford that? And that was the norm in the 50s and the 60s. That mom, and this isn't like single guys living at home with mom and dad. I am talking about husband and wife and new family, 2 children in the burbs with a mortgage, still being able to buy a new car every 2 to 3 years cash. Think about that. That was the standard of living of North Americans. And it was our throwaway society because Ford and GM Detroit could crank out new cars so cheaply that in high volumes, you make the same piece of crap again and again and again. You can produce it at a really cheap price. And there were some real rust buckets on the road way back when. If you had a 10-year-old car in the 60s, you were considered poor. You were considered economically stressed. You would be looked down upon by your neighbors. They go, oh, those poor people, they must be unemployed. You haven't got a new car, haven't had a new car in 7 years. Wow, geez, they're having a tough time because we've had 3 new cars since they've been driving that jalopy over there. And it shows holes everywhere. And single income too. Very good point, Doug. Good point. Single income, father only working, being able to buy a new car every 2 to 3 years with dad only working. That's correct. That's an excellent point. Yeah, this is how things have evolved and changed and have changed over time. I remember my father in a 5-year window got a house, 2 new cars, a tent trailer, one of these tent trailer, an Apache tent trailer you pull behind the car, which we used a month of the year. The rest of the time it was parked at the end of the driveway. I just sat there and got rained on, snowed on. It was pathetic. Furniture in the house, new TVs, money for everything, just cash flow, always there, and it was always expected. It was just an expected thing that the job you had paid for your cost of living and handily. I mean, handily. And if it didn't, you had the wrong job. We found that inflation destroyed that. We didn't realize it at the time. We thought, I got an 8% pay raise. Hey, I'm rich. Nope, you're actually 5% poorer because inflation is 13%. You're only getting 8. And after 5 years of that, it dawned on a lot of people that, hey, I can't afford a new car every 3 years ago. Then it came out that we could get 3 to 5 year car loans. I remember when I first heard that you could get a 5-year car loan. Tartaris watching. Thank you, Tartaris, for becoming a member. When I heard you could get a 5-year loan for a car, I couldn't believe it because cars didn't last 5 years. How can you possibly get a 5-year, 60-month car loan? Cars are garbage after 2 years. What are you talking about? The car companies were guaranteeing the drivetrain and the engines and the body panels, rust through protection. I remember that term too, rust through protection. I remember when I was young, when I was younger, working at my dad's music store, he had a young guy who was our guitar teacher and general manager of the store. His name was George. Great guy. He was kind of like an older brother to me. He was about 8 years older than I was, 9 years older than I was. So I really looked up to him. And he bought a brand new Toyota Corolla, and he loved that thing. He drove that for 3 years, and then he got rid of it because that's what you did. And he ended up buying a Gremlin, an AMC Gremlin, which is one of these. It was a sport version, like it had the V8 in it, and it was all powered up. But the first thing he did with that brand new car, he took it immediately to a place called Z-Bart, rust protection, and had the entire car Z-Barted. which meant that they put it up on jacks, and they would wear these hazmat suits, and underneath they would spray all the door, like the body parts and inside of the fenders and everything. After they cleaned it all off, they would then spray this as rust protection all over the body panels. Open the hood of the engine, and inside the hood, like you're literally the lid, and then inside the engine compartment, all Z-barred, like it was specifically point at specific areas for rust protection. And they would even put the nozzle, very thin, long nozzle, inside the doors of the car, and they would, all along the bottom of the doors, they would spray this rust protection in the everywhere, because it was absolutely expected, and it was just normal that within a year to a year and a half there would be these bubbles, these rust bubbles, popping up at all the joints and all the wheel well areas. The cars would start rusting. It was just a fact. We just expected it. It was like no question it's going to rust. And so you'd get the car Z-barred the day you bought it, or you'd get the dealer to do it. I remember getting my BMW in '79. I got a brand new 528i from the BMW dealer, and I told my lease agent who was setting up the financing, I want this thing Z-barred. I want the car completely Z-barred. And in order to Z-bar the BMW, they had to, this is amazing, they had to drill holes in the side of the door. So if you open the door from the driver's side, of course, the door's like this thick, right? From the outside to the inside of the door. And in that middle area, they would drill holes, like 3 holes. And they would then stick this thing in there and Z-bar the inside of the doors of the BMW, all 4 of my 4-door car. And then underneath and everything in the engine well, and they Z-barred, and it paid off beautifully, because after 5 years of driving this car, I had very little signs of rust anywhere. Just a tiny little bit of orange showing up at the back of the wheel wells, which if you washed your car thoroughly enough, you could make that almost go away. And so when I sold the car as a used car, it looked so clean and so rust-free. The Z-bar paid off for me. And I think it was like $800 at the time to add it to the price of a $24,000 car. You had to pay $800 to Z-bar. Learned that lesson. This was the norm. Within 2 years of having a new car, the rust started to show everywhere. Within 5 years, there were holes, literally holes in your car. And that was normal. That was completely normal. And you would then get it bondoed, or you go to a body shop if you want to keep the car and get new panels added or whatever they had to do. Unbelievable. The quality was garbage. The engines and the drivetrains and the transmissions were garbage. They were cheap, and they were shoddily built. They were car quality in North America was pathetic, and it was this slow downhill cycle of cost control, maximum profits. And the public tolerated it because we had a high enough standard of living to throw away the old stuff and replace it with new stuff. That was our thought. It was that we just turn it over and we'll just get new. And when we couldn't turn it over anymore because we couldn't afford to buy new anymore, that's when things changed dramatically on the automotive front and everything else. Quality came in, and we realized at that point, oh my gosh, a Japanese built car, a German built car was of a high quality compared to North American cars. They could last 5 to 10 years, where North American cars are 2 to 5. And people began making the switch, because if you're going to get a 5-year loan, you might as well have a vehicle worth something at the end of 5 years. Whereas with a North American car, yeah, you own it, but you own a car worth $100. Whereas with a Toyota, you still had a $1,500 car that cost you $3,500 when you bought it. You still have a $1,500 asset now that you've paid it off, and you could trade it in on something else and get some kind of a trade-in value on it. This happened across the board through the 70s and the 80s, and by the 90s and the 2000s. Not uncommon for 3 to 6 year car loans. Now, today, you go to dealers in the last year or two, you can get 8-year financing, 0 down, 0 interest, with full protection on the vehicle. And that's just what we expect to be now. That's our new normal. We expect full coverage on our vehicles for the full 4, 5, 7 years that we are paying for it. Unbelievable how things have evolved, and yet the cost to North American jobs was massive. These factories were shut down left, right, and center because Ford realized we can't build our own transmissions anymore in-house. We have to get transmissions built for us under contract. We need our dashboards made under contract. We need our seats made under contract. We're an assembly company. That's all we are at Ford or GM or Chrysler. We don't make our own stuff anymore. It's all made for us. And I began to see that in the 70s when I was working at this one company as a summer job, that these parts were made at these assembly plants all over the place in Ontario and Canada, Quebec, and the northern US states. And we were supplying parts to the automotive companies to do final assembly. And a lot of jobs disappeared in North America. And that's why the Northeast is called the Rust Belt, because so many factories were abandoned and let go, because you couldn't build a car anymore with 2,000 people. You had to build a car now with 500 people or 400 people or 300 people. The robots came in with the quick welding procedures and all of this, the hazardous conditions that with the air, oh gosh, the toxic air that would be created from welding and inside these factories. Oh, it was a deathbed. I mean, these car workers, there were automotive workers who died in their 50s and 60s. Natural causes, yeah, they couldn't breathe because of all the lead in their lungs from the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. It was just go, 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 make money, and don't worry about the health, until you started losing people in their 50s and 60s. They retired age 55, 60, and be dead within 2 years because they were physically finished. And it was horrifying to see this and realize it. And so these jobs got exported. Just let's export these hazardous jobs, because we car companies don't want to pay the healthcare to look after these people in North America. So why don't we get parts made, in the third world where those folks die? Who cares? We're not going to be sued in a U.S. court, and we'll build the cars. We'll final assembly them here. It was quite amazing how it all came crashing down, and it all evolved over time. We know there were a time almost all televisions were made in North America. All TVs and radios were made in the United States and Canada, and then virtually none were made in the US and Canada anymore. Within a decade, it all shifted out. Incredible. Same with our household goods, couches and chairs, and our alarm clocks, and our mixers, our anything we needed that around the house became literally non-North American made anymore. Our clothing used to always be made in North America. We used to always buy from our trusted brands, Levi jeans, made in the USA. That all disappeared. They all went offshore because it was just so much cheaper to produce the product and import it back. And yet what we found interesting was, yeah, look, they used to make the jeans in North America, and they would be $10 a pair in the 70s to buy, when you made $1.50 an hour. So think about that. 6 hours of labor to buy a pair of jeans. Those are expensive jeans. We talk about, the jeans are only $10 in that time. No. Think about how long it took you to make that money. 6+ hours to pay for a pair of jeans. A record album on sale, $3.99. That was 2+ hours, 3 hours of work to buy a record album. Just you think it's all relative. The jeans now were made overseas, and they would come in, and they would be $10 a pair. They would still be the same price. Even though the jean company was producing the jeans at half the cost, a quarter of the cost, their profit margins surged dramatically, but they didn't pass on the savings to the North Americans. The only jeans you could buy for a discount were no-name brand jeans, but who would not wear Levi's? I mean, you got to be kidding. So these no-name companies had to produce their own brands and cachet around it to try to build a competition to the Levi guys. And as a young kid, you only wore brand name stuff because you weren't caught dead wearing a non-brand name item, because hey, you'd be looked at funny. Funny how the world evolved in front of us. Anyway, here we are talking about the future and the current, and we're seeing the Dow down 330 points on the pre-market, down 1%, because there's a potential of interest rate hikes in late 2022. Late next year and a half from now, there might be the possibility of the beginning of a little bit of a higher interest rate. What the hell does that mean? Will the interest rates go to 1% from the Federal Reserve, which would cause the prime rate to go to 2.5%? That's going to crush the American economy? Really? I don't think so. Yeah, I really find that just laughable. But hey, when it's going so well, when the economy is on fire, and it is, the economy is going to keep growing, and it will. You need something to talk about. You need something to complain about. You need something to worry about. And the worry warts earn their paycheck, keeping us engaged about, oh, trouble, worries. So you bring up the possibility of the slightest 0.25% interest rate hike, half a point interest rate hike, starting in a year or two. And that actually is causing people to worry about the market right now. Laughable. Anyone selling into this weakness is an idiot, an absolute moron, and shouldn't be investing at all. But you know what? The smart money, the Warren Buffetts of the world, they sit back and go ahead and sell your stock. Go ahead, sell. We'll pick it up. No problem. You can buy it back from me a year from now when you're convinced that the end of the world isn't happening. But it'll be 50% higher by the time you get it off of my hands, because I bought it from you on sale, and I thank you very much. And that's the difference between winners and losers long term. You wait out your investment return, and you get it, and you will get it. Anyway, that's the story there. I wanted to make a mention of a couple of other things. We had a good day yesterday on 23andMe. First day of trading as a new listed company. Gained 233 yesterday to close at 1332. This pre-market this morning, the shares did touch 14 for like a nanosecond this morning in the pre-market. Most of the morning, the stock's been around the 1350 range, 1340 range. At this moment in time, this second in time, it's at 1303, down 29 cents. We've only had 115,000 shares trade, and I do expect some profit taking to come in, but I am not at all worried about the pricing of this stock, pre-market, or anything else. Those of you who have options on 23andMe, my recommendation to you guys is, once you figure out what they're worth, because the markets are going to be updated for you shortly, do nothing. Do nothing all day today. Don't sell a single contract. Don't offer a single contract. You are not cashing in yet. You haven't even started the run. What I expect to happen with 23andMe going forward now is there will be a series of interviews with management that can now freely speak about their future plans. I also expect in the next week, 2 weeks to 3 weeks and beyond, a whole bunch of analytical reports like we're beginning to see on SOFI. We've already had two brokerage firms bring out buy recommendations with target prices, 25 to 30 bucks on SOFI. I'm expecting the same thing on 23andMe. I'm expecting buy target ranges of 25 to 35 a share for 23andMe to start coming out. But this will take a few weeks to fully implement. These shares will reach the $20 mark, I don't think in too long a time frame. We just have to get through the first few days of trading as this stock is settling in. Remember, only 1% of the market actually had any inkling that 23andMe was going public. 99% of the world out there has no idea who this is. They have no idea what's going on. They certainly don't know what VGAC is. Those of you who are in the stock and these options, you are so early, so early. You have to allow the market to catch up to you. It's going to take a full month for the market to catch up to you, but I don't think you'll be disappointed with your returns. And if you followed my advice about buying long-term contracts, which I know many of you have, you are just to do this. Just don't do a dang thing. Just sit back and watch the show. If you have options that expire today, and I know some of you do, and you have options expiring next week, because you've been telling me, oh, I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Well, you'll get out today. You'll get something out of your contracts. Your 10s and 1250s are worth something. But you should let the stock kind of find itself, if you can, for the first few hours this morning. But it's up to you. Your panic level might be so high that you're just going to sell at whatever price you can get. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to do. I don't own anything with regards to any of you holding contracts shorter than next January, because I don't condone holding any contracts short term on any of these SPACs. In any event, that's the deal on 23andMe. I noticed on the what was it, the the I I'll get my act together. If I'll try to get my act together. Is it the ITIP um, um, the ATI, sorry, ATIP. I keep wanting to call it Fortress, but it's ATIP. The ATIP stock. Noticed in the pre-market this morning, it looked a little better. It didn't trade this morning. It was trading last night after the bell. It closed at 10:23 last night, but there was only 4,000 traded, and I have not seen a single trade this morning on ATI physical therapy. So I'm not sure how that will open this morning. But my guess here is the same thing. Less than 1% of the world knows who this is or knew anything about these guys. They're about to find out. I think that this stock will be picked up by medical ETFs, the ETFs and the mutual funds and other funds that follow medical stocks like pharmaceuticals, hospital, healthcare providers, and so on. This stock is going to become a favorite of these portfolios, and they will be slowly but surely picked up bit by bit by bit over the next several months. And this stock here will be a $20, $30 stock, in my opinion, with no trouble at all in the not too distant future. But you've got to be patient and let it just get there. If you're thinking that if this doesn't go to 15 in 2 days, that it's over, you are thinking wrong. Again, I have tried to repeat again and again and again to you that these SPACs are great medium-term investments. These companies are well-funded now. They're going to dramatically become different companies now that they're publicly traded. But you have got to give these companies time to evolve away from what they've been so far. Remember, every one of these guys who've just gone public have been private companies, period. That's all they've ever been. Now they're publicly traded companies for the very first time. They have new staff on board, investor relations people. They have new demands on management, which includes every 13 weeks coming up with a financial quarter report. There's all kinds of new procedures now coming into play here, and they have to find their sea legs, let's say. You've got to give them time to be able to do that, and do not be impatient and be short-tempered about these stocks. You've got to give these stocks time to deliver the goods to you, and I think they will. They will deliver the goods to you in a very positive way. That's just my take on everything, but I can't control your emotions. I try to talk you off the ledge and try to calm you as best I can, but some things are easier to do than others. Thank you, everybody. Frank S., thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. Also, thank you, Coyote, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Welcome one, welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce here talking about the good old days. An era that I never had. By the time I became an adult in my 20s, the first brand new car I ever got was a lease for a BMW. It was a 3-year lease. My father had never heard of a 3-year lease before. He'd heard of a 1-year lease, a 2-year lease, but he'd never heard of a 3-year lease. After the 3 years was up, I actually financed the car to buy it out, and I bought it over 2 more years and owned it cash. And I had a $24,000 BMW cash that I sold after 5.5 years, about 5.5 years. I sold for $19,000. I really scored on that car because the inflation game had worked in my favor on that car, German-made car, high quality at that era. I had Z-barred the car and babied it, only driven it 40,000 kilometers in 5 years, which is 30,000 miles. And I got within $5,000 of what I paid for that car. Unbelievable. There were people, thank you, thank you for becoming a member. There were friends of mine who bought brand new cars in 79, and by 81, 82, they were rust buckets. They were buying Cutlasses and Novas and Tempos and LTDs, and anything North American was crap. And they had to dump these things, and they lost 85% of the money they put into these things because they were just junk. Where I scored handsomely on this well-made German car. because I babied it, of course, and so I lucked out. But that was the first car loan I had on a brand new car. Unreal. I bought my second car brand new. It was a Chrysler K car, and I had done this because the economy had really taken a hit in Alberta, the oil country we were in, and I wanted to have just a set of wheels, and I wanted to be really cheap. And I ended up buying this K car for $8,600. I think it was $8,800 maybe, and I had, I think, a 3-year car loan on it or something like that, and a really cheap payment on our cheap car. But it got me 40 miles to the gallon, and it gave me no trouble whatsoever. Lee Iacocca at Chrysler had perfected the K car by the time I bought my K car, and full warranty on the vehicle for the full 3 years I had. As a matter of fact, I had a 4-year warranty, and it gave me no trouble whatsoever. I had it for like 4 years, and I was well looked after by that machine. And economically, it paid off because I was able to reduce our cost of living for Jennifer and I by a dramatic amount of money. Had I gone to another BMW, it would have run me $10,000 to $15,000 more because of inflation. This is the thing that helped me on selling my BMW for 19 grand. A brand new one was 35 to 40, and so I could sell a used one for 19. Even though I paid 24 for it. It's amazing how the inflation rate, in that case, benefited me on a car that still looked great, ran great. But I'll tell you, car vehicles and values, it dramatically, the world changed in the late 80s into the 90s with vehicles. And now today, the average age of a North American car in the US is 11 years old. The average age of a car on the road today is 11 years. It's unthinkable from our parents' point of view. Unthinkable. You could never have thought driving a 61 Capri in 1972. No way. No way could you have been done. Not a chance. 99% of them were rusted out, and they were in junkyards because they were finished. They were parts specials only. When you see a 1965 or 1968 car on the road today, you better understand this. That is not an original car. That has been a rebuilt model from the ground up. Everything you're looking at is practically brand new or fully restored because they were built so badly and so cheaply with such inferior parts. Even the steel being used wasn't treated. I remember Chrysler was talking about how when their cars come off the line, they are treated against rust at the factory. We never heard a thing like that. Never heard of it. That the car company is treating the car for rust because they're admitting it. They're admitting that they're going to rust out in 3 years. Now, of course, it's standard issue. It's all standard because a car has to last 10, 15 years. Otherwise, you're dead. You're done for. It's amazing how things have completely gone out. Money from my leverage on thousands of shares of EJC and ME. Way to go. We've only just begun. Do not think it's over. This is only the beginning. We're opening in 22 minutes, and I'm excited about the next few weeks. I would not be happy and satisfied until our SPACs reach the mid-20s into the 30s. I will not be satisfied, just so you know. SoFi, buy $35, $15, 15 October 21 call 100 is the only one I can afford. Is this too short of a buy? October with a $35 strike price? No, I don't think you want to do that. No, you got to go out longer. You got to go longer. Anyway, thanks for putting us on all this. Oh, I'm more than happy to hear this. When you are here, we all win. That's right. New members are joining up. Thank you all for joining up this channel, and I appreciate it. Chrysler's long history of failure and a window of reliable cars on Lee Iacocca's reign. I remember the Chrysler Imperial, which was their signature car. Eventually, the New Yorker became kind of their lead car, but the Chrysler Imperial had been their number one car, the top of the heap with regard to Chrysler product. They had to discontinue production because of financial trouble after the 49th year. They couldn't get it to the 50th. They wanted to have a 50th anniversary special Imperial and a big celebration and a big corporate promotion for this car. And they were this close to going bankrupt by the 48th and 49th year of that car. It wasn't that car that put them under. It was the philosophy of that kind of a car across the entire car line. Chrysler was producing vehicles with V8 engines right to the mid-size level, and then grudgingly putting 6-cylinder engines into mid-size and smaller, and they didn't even want to talk about a four-cylinder engine. They thought that was going completely Japanese, and that was totally un-American. And it almost cost them everything. They had to go to the U.S. government for a bailout. It was loan guarantees is what they needed. And the Iacocca went to the Congress and said, we've changed our ways completely. And we're not even going to be producing cars with V8 engines anymore. We're just going V6s only. We can produce just as much horsepower on a 6 than an 8. We're also going with front-wheel drive. We're going far better traction, and we're offering 48-month protection against the drivetrain and rust protection on our vehicles. And Congress couldn't believe it. They just thought, this is so un-American. And Lee Iacocca said, we need loan guarantees. We want to issue bonds that are 10-year bonds to the Wall Street guys, and we want the U.S. government to guarantee the bonds if we can't pay. But we will pay. And the American government did get stock in lieu of this somehow. There's some kind of a deal. But Lee Iacocca paid the bonds off within 5 years. They were all paid off, and he made a big to-do about that. And a number of the congressmen who voted for this were having trouble with their voters. This is socialism and blah, blah, blah. But what they did by backing Lee Iacocca is they saved hundreds of thousands of jobs. Hundreds of thousands of American jobs were salvaged because Lee Iacocca kept his factories going. All the tire manufacturers and all the battery manufacturers and all the parts manufacturers for Chrysler all saved their jobs. The spinover was massive. And then he paid out the bonds early, and the corporation made nothing but money. He came up with the minivan and all the other front-wheel drive product. And the other car companies had to change their ways quickly. They had to get away from the rear-wheel drive V8 standard platform vehicle. They had to get out of that business and either adapt or die, because it wasn't the Chrysler that made them adapt or die. It was Germany, and it was Japan. And Americans were buying those cars. The Americans were not buying North American cars because they knew it was crap. Why buy garbage? I'm not going to buy garbage. Americans aren't stupid. They're very smart, sophisticated consumers. And that's how this went. My car is a 98 Toyota with 93,000 miles. I have a 66 Chevy C10 truck, and it's pretty original. How about that? Oh, man. Yeah, well, certain vehicles were good, but many were not. Oh, gosh, I don't know if you can find a Nova on the road anymore. When I see a Servan Vega, a Chevy Vega on the road, I can't believe what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a 50-something-year-old piece of garbage. That was, when it was new, it was garbage. When it was brand new, it was crap. And some of these are still alive today. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unreal. The new Americans are keeping the used cars on the road here in Florida. AB says, I had a friend whose dad was an industrial engineer who was hired to see how Toyota does it. And back in the 70s, Toyota had a Shinto priest blessing each car with holy water as it rolled off the line. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, well, it was unbelievable. Uncle Bruce, can you spill some beans about VACQ? Have not heard anything since the new board members joined in plain English. VACQ, we're still waiting for the shareholder meeting to be called. As a matter of fact, we're waiting for that on all of the SPACs that have not yet turned into regular companies. We're waiting for the companies to announce their shareholder meetings to vote the takeover through. And so at the moment, we are still waiting on Gores Holdings. We're waiting on Fifth Wall Acquisition, Vector Acquisition, Navsite Holdings, Starboard Value. Those are the ones we're waiting on. The other three are done. SOFI is SOFI from IPOE. 23andME is 23andMe from VGAC. And ATIP used to be Fortress. And so 3 are done, 5 to go. And we're waiting every day for it to happen. My first car, and my first and favorite car, was a 98 Jetta. Lasted like a Toyota. Yeah, the Jettas were good. The Rabbits, the VW Rabbits were unbelievable. My dad had a VW Rabbit, a diesel. And he had, I think the year on that thing was like a 78 or an 80. He rode that thing until 90 something, and it was peppered in rust. I mean, He was in Toronto. They used to use salt on the roads there, and that thing was just peppered in rust. And I think one day he had the back panel schmucked or something, and he had to get it replaced. And the car was beautiful on the one side and ugly on the other. But he couldn't kill the engine. He couldn't kill the drivetrain of that thing, and sold it off to a mechanic for $500 at the end of its lifetime. Yeah, unbelievable. Those some of those cars could really make it. Anyway, what is Bruce driving today? A Hyundai Sonata. I'm driving an 11-year-old Hyundai Sonata with 335,000 kilometers. That'd be 210,000 miles, something like that, 220,000 miles. Virtually no rust on it. Runs just fine. Original transmission, engine, just changed the oil. I have done brakes, of course, and tires, obviously. And then the last year and a bit ago, we changed out the struts finally after a decade. But the car's been just terrific. Good mileage, still getting high 30s all the time. Everything works. The climate controls, electric everything, power windows, everything works. Just kind of should be a Tesla. That's right, CJ. It should be a Tesla, and I need you guys to make a lot of money to help me get there. So that's why I'm excited that you guys are making money. When I married my hubby, he had a 66 Pontiac GTO, baby blue. It was a babe. Yeah. Wow, no kidding. Pretty cool stuff. Right on. Pete is saying that Saxo briefly showed my January 1250 VGAC calls around 460, just so you know. The Dodge Horizon GLH goes like hell. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I had a 71 Ford Bronco, then got a 90 Chevy 454 SS truck. I have a 1990 Miata and an 03 Tacoma. Both drive like new. Not bad for an 18-year-old plus vehicles. Wow. Yeah, Ona, I wish we had kept that car, the 66. Oh, I'm sure you did. Your cars are so different over there. I don't know any of these models. Oh my gosh. My first car was an 85 BMW 389, metallic black cherry. I was so in love with that car. Got it in 86. It was built like a tank, and that little tick, tick, tick sound of the engine was so distinctive. There you go. CJ, a 71 Chevy Nota, not the cool one. It's a hatchback barn find in Atlanta. I have had it for 4 years. So much room under the hood to work. Oh man, a 98 Tacoma here, V6, 5-speed, rear-wheel drive. I still have a 65 Mustang, 289 V8 Phoenician yellow. I wish I'd kept my VW Jetta. It was difficult to keep these older cars at the time because we could buy brand new ones for so little money. They would, we would, after 3 years, 4 years, we were still getting 5 and 6% annual raises. And it would come up to 4 or 5 years later, and we could get a new car and avoid the proverbial, well, I got to drop $1,500 on this car if I want to keep it, or I can just get a new one and not have to worry about it. And with these new cars and new warranties, that attracted a lot of North Americans out of their older cars to upgrade, especially middle class and above. And so the game was on constantly to upgrade your car as best you could. And reliability became the name of the game, and fuel economy. That also had a big thing to do. I want to say hello this morning to Sebastian. I don't know if Sebastian is watching right now, but Sebastian is a 10-year-old who watches this channel with someone special. And I thought I would say hello this morning. I promised I would give out my shout out to Sebastian. Sebastian owns stock in some of the SPACs we're following, and Sebastian is noticing that when stocks go up, everything feels pretty good. And I'm saying welcome and congratulations on joining the market and following this gang of regulars, being one of us. I'm really glad you're here, and thank you to you and Olga for being here and following us. And I hope you make lots and lots of money here on this channel. Sebastian, way to go, man. This is good stuff. To all the kids who watch the show, there are a number of children who watch the show. I'm blown away by it. People tell me, Yep, my son, my daughter, my kids, they are watching Uncle Bruce with me every day. I want to say thank you to all the kids out there who are watching this telecast, and I hope I'm not boring you too much. And I try to kind of bring stories along every from time to time about the old days that even your parents might not be able to tell you about because they're not old enough. Thank you all for being here and learning about how the stock market works. I'm excited that you're here, and I hope you're enjoying it. And thank you all so much for joining us. All right, Waffle Raptor. I have a '03 Altima that I bought for $3,500. Yeah, you can be jealous. My first car was a '75 red Triumph TR6. I remember how they rusted out within 5 or 10 years. Oh gosh, I saw so many Triumphs in Calgary that were just rust buckets because the owners just wouldn't put the money into them to keep them going. Anyway, there we're going. Does anyone know when the 23andMe options are switching? It should be this morning. It should be, depending on your broker. Nova is Spanish for no go. Oh man, everything is down except AMC, SVAC, and VGAQ. Okay. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you, everybody. I drove a 92 F-150 to 200,000 K and 13 years. Yeah, the trucks lasted. Trucks lasted better than passenger cars. Those of you who know, those of you who had passenger cars, you probably want to forget some of the passenger cars you had in the 70s and the 80s, but and 60s. Oh, they were terrible. But anyway, there you have it. Love those muscle cars. Yeah, that's a car I know, TR6. My cousin had a Vega with a coffee can as a muffler. AMC Gremlin, my friend, had. My car, Bruce, is a 2010. You're so right. It's 11 years old. I got an '08 Volkswagen and a '69 Benz. The Merc runs better than the VW. Oh my gosh. Anyone remember Gung Ho with Michael Keaton? Funny movie, but so indicative of the times. Going postal, '07 Ford Escape Hybrid with original hybrid battery, engine, etc. 258,000 miles, barely uses any oil between changes. Not a single idiot light in the dash. I just love how Tesla came out with the S3XY models. I have a 73 vegan and put a 350 V8 in it. Yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. The days of the old vehicles. My goodness gracious me. Every once in a while, I'll see a vehicle, especially in the States. I'll be down in the southern US where it's dry. You know, it's warm, but it's dry. No rusting as far as humidity and so on goes. And I'll see a car on the road in Phoenix and I'll go, oh my gosh, I haven't seen a car like that in 20 years. I will just stop and say to Jennifer, that is a so-and-so. And she'll go, huh? I'll go, that's 20. I haven't seen one in 20 years. I can't believe this one's running. Yeah, there's some out there. Remember the Cadillac Cimarron? Talk about the downfall of General Motors. There's an indicator right there of what happened to GM when they brought out the Cadillac Cimarron, which was a two-door or a four-door car. It was basically a Chevy Cavalier turned into a Cadillac. That's all they did. They just Cadillac'd it, and they gave it some more sound insulation and nicer seats and a nicer interior. And it was a piece of garbage. Oh my gosh, it was a disaster. Within 3 years, they stopped making the darn thing. So bad. Yeah, what can I say? In China, all the taxis are 1990 Volkswagens with check engine lights on and 400,000 to 500,000 on the odometers. Had a Geo Prism that I learned to drive a stick on. I have a 2009 Chevy Uplander and a 2003 Honda Shadow VT 1100. Bruce, I hope you get your Tesla. I hope so too. 49 Willys Overland Jeep pickup, had it 30 years since my 20s. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Wait, I have a '04 Hyundai Sonata still in great conditioning at 170,000 miles. Oh my gosh. Way back when, oh my God, wow, I would have guessed Bruce owns a Hyundai. The Hyundai we got was the first year of the new design, that kind of new sleek design. The 2010 was the old kind of Ford Taurus look-alike car, and the 2011 Hyundai Sonata, we got the limited. We got the one with all the bells and whistles. Beautiful looking car. It still looks terrific when sitting in the parking lot compared to newer cars. This does not look out of place in today's car world. I'm really impressed with it. And like I say, it's color white and no rust on it. It's really good. I have to admit, we've been very lucky with this car. Anyway, Uncle Bruce, I bought a Geo Metro when it was new and just recently bought a Cavalier Chevy Cruze to replace it. I already have problems with the Cruze. There you go. Henry, new member. Thank you, Henry, for joining us today. Great shot there of you there. Thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. I'm glad you're here today. Yeah, my first car was a 79 Ford Pinto. It was junk. This was 87 when I got it. Oh my God. Yeah. 9 years later. Oh Lord, taking your life in your hands. My mother had a 74 Pinto and she had it for 4 years and got rid of it. It was crap. It was a baby blue color. And within 2 years, the red rust was showing everywhere. Oh, it was awful. It was just, she got rid of that thing. That boy Lou looks like a BMW convertible kind of guy. Oh no. Yeah, what can I say? Welcome Henry to the group today. I love my 2010 Cadillac CTS sports wagon. Come moon, I'll be upgrading to a new CTS V Blackwing. Let's go here. Welcome one and all to the channel. We're getting ready to open here in 4 minutes. So we're getting hello, Sebastian. Good job, dude. Sebastian's being welcomed now. I'm just catching up to the messages here. We're welcoming Sebastian to the channel and all the other kids. Tony, morning kids. Sorry I'm late. I cited extra sleep. I found a Cimarron for sale in good shape for a couple $100. I'd buy it for the looks on people's faces. 4 minutes to the bell. Wait, it's a Cavalier with a caddy badge. Yep, the Cimarron piece of crap car. Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you all of you for being here and hanging out with us today. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my God, neighbor bought a Cimarron for $500 in Y2K. A Cadillac was a Chevy with leather seats. That's right. A Cadillac Cimarron is cheaper than a Cavalier used, because it's a money pit, whereas a Cavalier you can fix with duct tape. There you go. Oh my gosh. What do we got? 2-3 minutes to the opening now. Jim Kramer's talking with whomever's with him. It's nice to see the boys back together again in the same studio. It's nice that they're able to do that. Thank you, everybody. 3 words: Dodge Aries K. Oh my gosh. Does Jen drive or just you? Usually I drive. I'm doing it. I love driving. Should I hold on to my 3700 of ME? Oh yeah. We've only just begun. There's some really good days coming for you on your ME. You're not selling below 25. I mean, you're just not even considering it. We haven't even started yet. I'm seeing some talk that GHVI received its SEC go-ahead. Looking for more info, let me know. We're always keeping an eye on that. My first car at 16 was a Tercel that had a bad cylinder and manual transmission. Awful car, but good memories. I had a friend of mine who had one of those, and he had a hole in the floor. Oh, terrible. My first car was a 98 Dodge Durango that somebody swapped with a 5.9 RT from a newer one. Got 6 to 9 miles to the gallon. 6 to 9 miles to the gallon. Can you stop talking about cars, please? Taxes 150% in Denmark on cars. Oh my gosh, Karsten, unbelievable. Yeah, you don't want to own a car there. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. All right. I used to have a Chevy Chevette. Here I stand with 400, 3,700. Golly. Oh my goodness. We're going to have some fun here. Where are we at right now? We're at 13.39, up 7 cents on 23andMe, just in the pre-market here. We're just about to open up for the morning. We'll see what's going on. Waiting for the futures to come around. The Dow's still showing a loss of, was it 200 something or is it 300? 272. I'm not sure. We'll see what the fair value is. They're showing 353 on the MSNBC. I'm sure they're talking about interest rates for no dang good reason. There's no need to talk about interest rates going up in 2 years. I think we should be talking about the economy today and what's going on. But these guys love to talk about the what ifs and possibilities and the whereas and what have you. I couldn't care less. I'm here about the here and now, and I'm here about talking about getting richer now with my viewers. That's what we're here all about. We got bills now. We don't have bills in the future. We have bills to pay today. We'll worry about the future bills in the future. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, by the way, I feel a lot better. That I still have a sore arm, but it's only about 1/3 as sore as it used to be. So it's like the last time. It's just coming around great. Energy level's great. I feel great. Glad that it's Friday. Hanging out with you. Getting ready for my one-on-ones tomorrow. I may have 1 or 2 openings this weekend. Last-minute openings that are coming up. If anyone is interested in a one-on-one for this weekend, you can spend an hour with me. I will know this afternoon. I'll be sending out alerts to anyone on a waiting list. If you have an interest in visiting with me one-on-one this weekend, let me know. Send me a private email and say, hey, Bruce, I'd like to talk to you about this one-on-one if you have an opening for me. I have a couple of people who are just not responding to me. I can't believe it. They went through all these gyrations to get an appointment, and now they're not responding to doing it. What can I say? There's only so much I can do for people. We'll continue on. All right. What do we got? The Dow is showing a loss of 404 points to open the morning. I would not worry about this one iota. We could have, at the end of the day, an up day. I've been calling for one for 3 days now. This could be it. We get this flush out first 30 minutes, and then we have an up day at the end of the day today. Watch out. SOFI 22.38, down 32 cents on the opening salvo of 200,000 shares. Let's see where that flushes out. GameStop at 222.73, down 86 cents on 192,000 shares. ATIP is up 6 cents to 10.08 on 5,000 shares. That's all that's opening here. AMC at 62.84, up 210 on 10 million shares to start the day. We got Gores at 14.57, down 8 cents on 6,000 shares only. ME down 17 cents to 13.15 on 375,000 to start the morning. That's a pretty good start, considering that the shares yesterday went up $2 and something cents. This is pretty darn good. We've got Fifth Wall at 11.14 unchanged. We have Vector Acquisition up a penny to 10.35. We have Navsite at 9.94 and Starboard at 10.03. The Dow now down 349 points. We'll see how that goes. S&P down 37, NASDAQ down 100. Oil down 22 cents a barrel to 70.82. Little drop there. Experts are beginning to figure out oil ain't going anywhere. It's over. The oil rebound is not going to be what they thought it was going to be, and there's already talk that U.S. consumption levels for this summer are going to be much lower than they originally thought it was going to be, probably because Americans are looking to travel closer to home because they haven't been even out of their neighborhoods. And what they're driving is much more fuel efficient than what they drove before. And they don't need as much gas. Isn't that interesting how that works? SOFI down 2 cents at 22.68 now. Bounced back already. 262,000 shares. SOFI looks like it's going to go positive. It just went positive. SOFI now up 6 cents, 22.76. GameStop 222.20 down $1.38. ATIP is at 9.92 down 9. AMC's up 95 cents. Gore's down 9 cents. ME now down 53 cents to 12.78. Sit back. Let the 23andMe open. Let anyone out that wants out. Don't be surprised if they go higher as the day wears on. You gotta let the stock settle in. Day 2 of listing as we're going through these markets. All right. Thank you, guys. Let's see what else is going on here. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. And I'm glad you're here. I once owned a Ferrari. Wait, scratch that. I meant to say a Fiero. You sound better today. I feel better today. Look at those ME options. Did you take any Bitcoin at all? I don't touch anything. Wouldn't touch Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's go. Uncle Bruce, what shall I choose? What shall I choose between these two SVAC options, January option, strike price 10, or January option 750 to cost 360? Isn't the second option better? So the $10 contract at 250, which is all premium, or the 750 360. I'd buy the 750 if you can afford it. I would grab the 750s instantly in the money. Going to $15 a share, you got probably a $9 contract. You're close to triple your money already. So yeah, I'd look at that. Alrighty, Robinhood stole 4,500 from me. They keep saying it credited, did not. I'm getting out, but need my money back first. Help, I hate them. Liz, I can't help you there. There's nothing I can do about this. John, my ME options out January 23, 22.5 calls, 223. That's good. Let's see here. I'm only green. My only greens are Uncle Bruce's SPACs and WKHS. Okay. Loving my ME options this morning. We're now sitting at, where are we at now? 12.45, down 87 cents. On ME, volume is 724,000. We get the flush out of the way. We move on. Gore's at 1454, down 11. AMC 6211, up $1.38. The Dow's still showing down 392. So this market will start slowly. Just sit back and just wait. The ME will probably settle here somewhere and then take a shot back. My hunch, my guess. I don't think we'll have a down day today. That's just me though. GameStop 222, down $1.29, and SoFi now up 12 cents. 22.82 on its way to 30 at the very least. ATIP 986 down 15 cents. Don't be surprised if in the next few days and weeks a lot of news starts coming out on ATIP and a lot of recommendations to buy it start coming up. Same with ME, 1265, coming back up now, down 67 cents, coming back up right now. Volume on ME is 786,000. Low of the day, 1209, now 1260. So coming on again. Do not be surprised to watch it break through 13 at any time. We'll see. Alrighty, can we get that GameStop movement today, please? I'm getting deflated by trading sideways day after today. Let's see here. I'm up $2,000 on my ME options already. Nice. You've only just begun, kids. I'm up 198%. Should I sell? Oh gosh, no, you've made nothing yet. Time and patience, Bama Babe, nothing but the same since 2020. Can't have ups without the downs. Should I worry, Uncle Bruce, if my broker hasn't yet updated my VGAC and FAII into ME? Quote is still from the close 2 days again, but confused here. Again, this is your broker's systems. You may want to give them a call and just ask what they're doing, but I don't know. Got all these contracts, Bruce. I'm going to hit you right in the PayPal. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate all those. Alex, CJ, it'll be all right in the end. You're shocked by 4-figure shares. I'm lucky to have 2-figure. 22.85 up 15 cents on SoFi with the market down 385 points. Not bad. GameStop's only down 71 cents. ATIP trading at 987 down 14 cents. AMC is up 269, 63.42. Gore's 1454 down 11 cents. And ME now at 1270 down 61 cents on 886,000 shares to start the day off with right there. Okay. Let's see here. ATIP call November 19 November 21 call $100 strike is 1250. Sorry, call 100 strike. Is that enough time? Bruce, I already bought it. So November, you're looking at getting a November call. A 1250 strike price. I don't know what the call 100 strike means. But you're getting a 1250. I mean, sure, October. Yeah, November is fine. Although I prefer you go longer, but you can get November. The deal is done. We're trading and we're expecting higher. Yes. And NAV site, we hope so. We're just waiting for the word here any day now. My 10 and 1250 ME calls are in the money and expired today. I have to sell or exercise before 11:30 before RH closes them for me. Yikes. Just sit tight. ME has had its little dip. Let's see if this is over. If you pop back into the 1350, 14 range, you got a nice trade. A space ray. So ME goes up, ATIP goes down. Making it some sense. All I can tell you is they are two different companies, two different management. They don't know each other. And the stocks have nothing to do with each other except that we talk about them on this channel. You have to remember that. 993 on ATIP now, down 9 cents. ME 1271 right now. 22.85 on SoFi, up 15 cents. Okay. FWIW Merrill Lynch did not charge us anything when they changed names. Let's see here. Buy up that VGAC. It's still a ground floor for a 3 handle. And let's see. ME are bungee jumping. That's what they're doing right now. ME shares. Well, I just grabbed GameStop for $219. I'll take that. Yeah, it's $221 right now. Bruce, you're knowledgeable of the sector, oil sector. What do you think about the renewable natural gas sector? Bright future. There's a lot of natural gas everywhere, and so much of it is being flared off to get rid of it, and so much is leaking from wells, especially in some of the U.S. states where the regulations are lax. State regulations are really lax, and there are producers, I think, personally, that are leaking it out without letting you know about it, without reporting it, to get rid of it. They are literally getting rid of it any way they can. They don't want it because they have the oil. They want the oil instead, and they don't want to have to deal with handling the gas. But no one will confirm that because you can't confirm anything like that. You'd go to jail, you know. Anyway, that's just my thought. Delahode, I can't sell ME before next week, even if I wanted to, but who knows where it is next week. When SoFi merged, I had to wait. I could not sell at $24.50, but I had to wait, and then it was $22.50. I don't know why you can't do what you want to do, but whatever. It is what it is. You're doing what you're doing. ATIP is up 3 cents to 10.04. SoFi is up 6 cents to 22.76, and AMC is up 2.74 to 63.47. Those are all in the green on my board. Gore is only down 2 cents. It's about to turn positive from what I can see here. And ME is coming up again, 12.82 now, 12.85 on ME, getting stronger, down 47 cents. So it's bouncing back as well. Okay. Uncle Bruce, is it better to write your call option on a day when the stock is up? Or does it not make much of a difference? Oh, it does make a difference to do it on a day when your stock is up. Yes, of course. Because the higher the stock goes, the higher you can write a contract option at as far as strike price goes and get a bigger premium. Of course. Uncle Bruce, I have 10 calls. ME, December this year. $15 exercise, except I bought at 167. They're currently at 250. I'm thinking of waiting until about August, September to sell. Realistically, what premium do you think can go up by then? Well, again, it's a question of the stock. You're just under the money, and if the shares are in the 2022, 24 neighborhood in the next month or so, you're nicely in the money, and you're going to have an $8, $9, $10 contract. That's an easy rollover to look at. Get out of 20, at the stock at 22, 23, roll out of those into maybe next May's, because by the time a month or two goes from by, we have a whole bunch of new contracts to choose from. Rob, it's early days. Just sit tight, enjoy the ride. Uncle Bruce, when should I roll my ATIP November calls? Not now. We have only just started. You're just barely listed here. SoFi should be higher by now, right? Well, all stocks we own should be higher by now. 22.81 on SoFi. AMC is soaring. It's 64.13. GameStop down $1.99 to 221.60. I'm excited for us, Alex, especially you. I only have 4 $10 contracts. You will make far better than me. Make out far better than I am. Ashley, my daily charts off 5%. Laugh a lot. Gonna have to hurt me more than that for me to care about it. There you go. Benny L, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Graham, it is better to buy the shares of ME or call options. What's the better way to go? If you have lots of cash, you buy stock. If you've got medium amounts of cash, you buy a little of both. Buy stock and contracts. Get some leverage on top of your stock. If you have a little bit of money, maybe you buy contracts and get leverage instead, and that might be the way to go. On ME, if you can buy 1250s or 15s, right now the stock's 1305, 1307. Again, it's over 13. You can buy $15 calls on ME or 1750s until next January. That might be the way to go. Let's see. GHVI is it's a bargain. We're down 3 cents right now at 14.62. AMC is up 3.37. ATIP up 6 cents to 10.07. SoFi up 3 cents to 22.73. All right, the market is still down 3.71 to start the day. Lots of worry warts out there. Anti-PC, I don't even know what contracts are, but cool. I'm hoping to get another GameStop next week. Got some invoices due. Beautiful. Thanks for all you have taught me and us, Uncle Bruce. My VGACs are printing. If COVID would allow it, I would kiss you. Oh my goodness. I'm getting embarrassed. Auntie, hang on, Ashley. We must be patient. It will be greater later. Laugh a lot to the feel today feels like Christmas. Jumped on ATIP at 989. Woohoo! You're now 1004. Woohoo! ME is going back up. RSI is way oversold. 1301 on the stock, down 31 cents. That's all. Already. Maximus, I think the 100 call part just meant 100 shares per call or 100 calls bought. Yeah, well, your guess is as good as mine too. Alex, Auntie, very pleased to see you got a ticket to the moon. We will all do well. I can feel it. Loving the ride, says Ashley. Bruce, can we get a list of all your SPACs in an email? The SPACs, last time I had a thing on my SPACs, these are the SPACs that I had done originally. That would be VGAC, which is now ME. There's GHVI, GORS, SVAC, FAII, which is now ATIP, ATIP. VACQ, NSH, SOFI, and FWAA. These were either once SPACs or still SPACs that I follow. And like I say, we're watching them turn over into real companies now, week after week and month after month. So finally, I'm happy to see this. Very happy to see this, of course. It's been a long time running. It's option day. The shorters and contract writers will hammer it. AMC, why? Let's see. Bruno, no, Bruce is not a financial advisor. Weekend, Uncle Bruce, weekend session on Sunday. Anything I should bring or have ready for the session? I'm so excited. Just yourself, and if you have your portfolio handy, where you are, you can always tell me what you have if you want to. That's all you need, I think, and then we just kind of, we'll figure it out. It always works out. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody, for popping through here. Okay. Excuse me. Max is saying, Uncle Bruce, I forgot to mention, I'm on the road from LA to Crater Lake, Oregon, and I'm running out of time before I lose service. ME calls expiring today. I need a big spike. There you go. Selah, so happy. Last minute work yesterday. We got notified today. It's paid day off. Oh, how lovely. Beautiful stuff. Della, it's delay in system and stocks have to be transferred somehow, USA to Norway. When is it time to sell ME in a few hours? Can you be like Leo DiCaprio and yell now like they did in the older times? I will not be yelling to sell ME today. There's no way you're going to be selling. I'm not going to call that. This stock's going to $30. Yeah, there's no way I'm giving any of this stuff away under 20. Never would I even consider that, or even the options. Will your website be up before you start offering classes? And do you have a rough estimate when it'll be up? Thanks for learning this Pollock stuff. The website is under construction. It is much further down the road. We had meetings on it this week already, and so we're much further ahead on the website. But I'm leaving it to my people to handle that. I'm not the expert. They are indicating to me that it's well down the road, but I don't have an exact day, and that there's nothing I can do. Classes are kind of tied to the website launch, and I'm doing the behind the scenes work to get ready for that, and so I cannot tell you anything today. I cannot. I believe, and I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm looking to launch, and when we launch, we want to do it right, and I think you're going to find it very educational and very handy and very useful, and you're going to love it. And hang around. Nathan Wilson, good morning, everybody. Matt, new member. Hi, Matt. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. AMC 6411. Yep, there you go. 572 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you for that. Appreciate those. Keep them coming. If you're happy with your stocks going up, I love it. T-Bone, hi, Uncle Bruce. Bull market equals calls, covered calls. Does bear market equal puts, covered puts? If so, will you explain how puts differ? Watch the class. RB, Googled ME stock live, and I get Moneta Porcupine Mines. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Consider the waiting game. Ride the work you put in for your profits. Easiest profits you'll ever make, because all you got to do is sit, pop a drink, and relax. Exactly. Uncle Bruce, are there new SPACs that you're beginning to look at? Always looking, Nicholas. I'll keep you posted. I see one. You'll know about it. These call thingamajiggers. Are we able to get them through our Canadian RBC direct investment account? Yes, you can. You can buy call contracts through there. Good job, Goody. My father was stationed in England and he ordered an 84 Ford Tempo 4-door 5-speed from the factory while overseas and picked it up when we got back to the States. Oh my gosh, a Ford Tempo. He bought it because of the price, I'm sure. AB, normally when you want to sell a contract, do you want to do midweek to avoid getting hammered on Friday? Again, you got to decide your strategy on how you're going to play these things. Steve Nunn, new member. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Mr. Seneca, thank you. Uncle Bruce, welcome. Steve says, Jane, hi, Steve. Hey, welcome to the crazy times. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Hey, all long-time watcher. Thought I'd join the fun. Steve, thanks for joining us, and I'm glad you're with us today. This is good stuff. B. Tillison, Max, enjoy Southern Oregon. I grew up there, went to Crater High School. It's beautiful out there. David, can we have a red day, please? I got paid. I want to pick up more stock. Leon, Steve Nunn, Steve. Why is everyone talking about selling already? There's nothing to sell. There's only stocks to go higher. I meant selling my options that expire today. Those are the ones I got to sell. I hear you. Just sit tight. Let's see what happens. 1267 on the stock. It got up to the 13 range, came back again. Let's see if it takes another shot. Get through the selling, and then we're on our way. 1.2 million traded so far today. SoFi 22.69 down a penny. GameStop 219 down $4. ATIP 10.05 up 4 cents. AMC holding at 64. Gores 14.52 down 12, and ME at 12.63. The Dow down 409. S&P down 38. NASDAQ down 86. The Dow is off 1.2%. It is definitely oversold now. This is day 5 of a sell-off for the Dow. It's definitely oversold. I can see a snapback rally at any time, but we need the first hour of the day to come and go to get through the muck. And then let's see if there's any follow-through sell wave. I don't think there will be. I think there's virtually no selling left on the Dow within the first, after the first hour. I think it'll be all out of gas and time to run it the other way. But that's just me. Just me, okay? Let's see here. What is being said here? Thank you, everybody. Let's go through here. Thank you all. And Celso, thank you. Are we doing trivia again tonight? It was fun last week. Yes, this evening, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Those of you who are members of this channel, you are welcome to join me and my gang, the members of Traveling with Bruce. 7 o'clock Eastern tonight for live trivia on this channel and the other channel, live simulcast, live trivia tonight. I've got the trivia questions lining up here. If you like New York, you're going to like tonight's show. You like TV, you're going to like the Tonight Show. You like eating, you're going to like tonight's trivia show. Yeah, we're going to have fun tonight. Let's see what's going on here. ME is an awesome company. Saw an interview with the founder yesterday. She's smart and down to earth. Very smart. Very, very smart. This is funny. Volume on ME is greater than GameStop. Alex, why did everyone have to mass sell me? I don't know what that means. Hey, Uncle Bruce, if you say I had a lump sum of money and you don't want to put it all into one call, right? Even if it was something like VAGC, because something could go wrong, even if it seems like a sure thing. I want to reiterate that when I tell you to put money into a call contract and you're buying January calls, I am taking away days like today, 440 point down day to start the Dow off the table. This is why option traders get killed on days like today. You get these markets that do this stupid sell-off that for no reason other than the possibility that there could be someday higher interest rates. Like, no kidding. What other direction can they go? They're at zero. What other direction can interest rates go? Really? You get a 400-point negative reaction to something as stupid as that. You are sitting on call contracts that expire today. You're in big trouble. And this is why I avoid at all costs short-term call contracts. I keep telling you, go long, long, long. And if you're selling them in the first 2 or 3 months, which is the point, between now and the first 2 or 3 months, you're going to be out of them. at a very nice profit. And when you sell them, you're going to get a lovely time premium on top of the value of the contract with worry-free scenarios. And when you replace them, you'll replace them with contracts further out into 2022. This is why you take whatever cash you have. If you're going to buy some call options on some of these SPACs I'm talking about, you go long. This is why you do it. It's just common sense. Anyway, godlike $25 strike for January 21 at $1.25. Is that a decent price? Is this ME? Help me here. I'm guessing it's ME. I don't know. That's a long way out of the money, but I see what you're trying to do. Anyway, I don't know. Drunk trivia tonight. Don't miss out. Leon, for those who don't know, E.H. Steve is the Home Star Runner reference. Okay, cool. Got my direct deposit on SoFi, now getting paid 2 days earlier and got 100 for it. I love it. Right, SoFi is good stuff. ATIP shares going backwards. Calls doubled. I really need to figure out how this works. I'm confused. How's your Friday morning, Jane? Wally, if you are happy and you know it, hit the thumbs ups right there. Let's see. I bought more Gores. I think it'll bring profits later on. I think you will do very well at 14.37 right now, down 28 cents. 12.69 down 63 on ME. Looks like it's coming on again. Always Gaming. Thanks for all these stocks which are at the low point. Rest of the market was at the maximum highs. Thanks for these easy plays. You betcha. Awesome. Seeing lots of green. How you doing? This is no more than 4 sending me a donation. Thank you. Hey, Uncle Bruce, it's my second quadruple witching day since I started watching you. I've learned so much between now and then. Thank you, and thank you for this donation. Make lots of money, please. Sean, Bruce, as we hit October, November on our Jan calls, how much value could they begin to lose due to time? Well, do the math. I mean, if they've lost half the time, they'll lose about half their time value. But if the shares go up, you will have the gain on that offset by time value losses, and that's where you'll watch it. If you're selling these calls, January calls, say by July, August, you're not going to have to worry about too much of the time value going away on you because you've only lost maybe 15% of the time value with a big move on the stock. Welcome to the world of called making money. I grabbed some IBM. Why not? I say why not? It's sitting at 143.86, down $1.70. This is a buy. IBM is a screaming buy. Yep, pick it up, put it away, and forget about it. Enjoy the dividend and let the company run it. They're going to make you lots of money. Very good move on IBM. If you get 100 shares or more, consider writing call options on your IBM. Go out with like a 2-month contract for say 150, 152, something like that. Bring in some extra money. Thank you. Anti-Alex options do seem like Greek at first, but if you get the gist of it, you'll get it. Still some things I need to learn. I got to take Bruce's classes. Uncle Bruce, how long does this ATM offering take? I don't remember how long the last one took. Oh, you're talking about GameStop offering 5 million shares. They can take forever. There is no deadline that they had to sell. They only did a filing. They said, we're filing the notice that we might someday possibly sell up to 5 million shares. They might only sell 1 million shares and call it a day. They might not sell any for the next 6 months. They have complete control whenever they want to issue stock at whatever price they want. They don't need the money right now. So yeah, let's see. I like it. The longer they're not selling, the more I like it. ATIP is 9.89, down 12 cents. This is buy territory. Is this week AMC ticker trivia? I'm not sure why. 64.10. Yes, I like eating. I'll be there. JW, excellent. It's down. Wally's, if you're happy and you know it, then your thumb will really show it. And if you're happy and you know it, hit the thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. How are we doing on those thumbs ups? 666 thumbs ups right here have come in today. 41 on the downside. There are 41 people that are upset that their shares have gone up in value along with their contracts. Well, you know, you can't make everybody happy all the time. Thank you for the thumbs ups as you're bringing them to us. Keep them coming. 679 now. We're approaching 700 thumbs ups, and soon we're going for the 1,000 Thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting this channel with these free thumbs ups you can hand out. I love you for it. 22.85 up 15 cents on SoFi, going higher. 218 on GameStop, 989 on ATIP, 63.67 on AMC. Gores 14.49, ME 12.74 coming up again. Yes, indeed. Let's see. What's going on. Happy Pappy. If you're going to roll expiring contracts into later contracts of the same stock, does the timing matter, since the price of the later date options will also be cheaper if the stock price is down? Well, if you're selling a contract today and the stock is down, you're not getting much for that call contract. You want to roll over into further contracts, you're going to be paying more for those contracts unless you're buying a higher strike price. It doesn't matter what the stock is doing. If the stocks are up and you now you're getting out to roll over, you're getting out and rolling over up here. If the stocks are down, you're getting out down here and rolling over to get into here. It's all relative. The end game is, what is your real objective and where do you think the stock can really go to? If the shares of ME right now, 1280 a share ballpark, if you feel that they will reach $25, $30 a share between now and January of next year, 8 months from now, you can buy $15 calls for next January, of course, because you feel that they can go to 2025. You got a nice gain there. But today you're going to sell contracts. Maybe you've got 10s or 1250s and the stock's at 1280 and you have to contend with this price to get out. And if you're waiting to the last day, you're waiting to the last day. All right. Multi-dog, how you feeling? You look and sound a lot better. I do feel, I think I sound better. I'm feeling better. I wanted to buy more 23andMe, but my broker still has not sorted the buying on his ticker. Only will let you sell, which I won't, of course. Your broker's an idiot. Your brokerage firm are morons. They're unqualified to be in this business, and the SEC should shut them down. You can't have a stock trade on the second day of a new listing. You don't deserve to be in the business. I don't know why the SEC doesn't fine these guys $1 million a day to get their damn act together. I just don't get it. But then again, who runs the SEC? Oh yeah, the brokers run it. They run themselves. They're not going to fine themselves for being idiots. There you go. How about that? Anti-PC, definitely Greek. I can't pick up on the pun either. Maybe my arms truly drag the floor. Anyway, just happy to be here. Welcome all. Nice to have you here. What else is going on? Welcome one, welcome all, and nice to have you around. What else is going on here? Benny, a lot of us buy short calls because they're cheap. I know. I know why you do it. I know it sucks. Example, $25 SoFi calls expired today. There are nickel machines in Vegas that have shitty payouts, crappy payouts, and then there are dollar machines in Vegas that have better payouts. And then there are the $10 machines in Vegas that have really good payouts. And then what's funny is you walk by the nickel machines and you're watching people bet $5 at a time on maximum bet on their nickel machines, when they could be $5 betting on the dollar machines and getting way better odds. Or if they just double their action and bet $10 a throw on the $10 machine, they'd have even better odds. And yet the nickel machines are packed to the rafters with people shoving $100 bills into the nickel machines time after time. And the casino owners are going, this is just great. This is fantastic. Same thing with the short options. They're buying the short options because they're cheap. Yeah, they're cheap, so you can lose all your money in a hurry. It's incredible. And people lose thousands and thousands and thousands, and the suckers keep coming, and the option writers keep going, this is fabulous. Because they wrote the contracts a couple of weeks ago, and these gamblers are still gambling on them with 3-4 days to go, 1 day to go, and they're just cashing in tons of money. It's incredible. There's winners, and there's the losers. And the losers are loud and yipping it up and having a good time. The winners are in the back just smiling and grinning and just saying, thanks, man. Thanks for the money. Appreciate it. SoFi, 23.22 up 22 cents. Just took a shot straight up, baby. 23.18. We're going higher on SoFi right now. Something's going on SoFi. I don't know why, but it's going higher. You're getting richer on your SoFi. Love that. We'll keep an eye on SoFi for any news. I don't know if there is any or what have you, but I sure like the shot on SoFi. We love that. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. 23.20 up 53 cents right now. Touched 23.30 just a moment ago on SoFi. There's something happening here. Welcome one, welcome all, and I hope you're making money today. Okay, Uncle Bruce, I have one SMH contract at 255 strike that expires today. Why? Why have you got one that expires today? What are you doing? Should I just let it fizzle out today? Thanks. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. SMH, where are we at on SMH here? 250.33, down $3. Oh my gosh. You haven't got any choice. You sell it. What are you going to get? A nickel for it? Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I hope that you pick up. I mean, you should be picking up long term. I keep saying next January calls on these semiconductors. You can really do well on these. Anyway, you got to hold it now because you're hoping for a $3 comeback to just get back to 253, maybe a $4 comeback. If the Dow does any kind of a miracle run today, and I'm saying that the market is way oversold on the Dow, but this isn't the Dow component, but it'll get sucked along for the ride. That could be good. It's a low of 249.58 on SMH. It's now 250.64. So it's come back $1, still down 274. It has the capacity, though, to move up $4 or $5, which might give you 25 cents a contract. But boy, you need a miracle, don't you? Oh my gosh. I am sorry you're into that. But there you have it. Okay. Albion. Finally, hi, Uncle Bruce. Finally got a chance to join you live. I'm about to write my first cover call. It's ME. Any thoughts on how far out I should write? 1 to 2 months, how far to the money? I wouldn't be writing MEs. I wouldn't be writing covered calls on ME right now. Not a chance. Would not be even considering writing a call contract on ME. You got to let this thing go to 25, 30 first, then write call contracts. You don't want to write call contracts here. That's a dumb idea. Auntie, I'm happy you're here too, Alex. Where do you live? Let's see. Who else is here? Our October calls far out enough for GHVI? Not really. I would go longer. I keep saying January for a reason. I'm not kidding. January for a reason. Sold my ME contracts at the morning high. I bought again, 25 cents less on the dip. I'm printing money. Well, you're gambling, but you're gambling. Carlos Bruce, do like Verizon at this price plus a 4.5% dividend. The chart last year is a bit of a kangaroo hopping vibes. Yeah, I'm not I haven't recommended it. SoFi is on the run, 23.30 up 60 cents on SoFi right now, looking good. 23.42, going higher, up 71 cents on SoFi. Something good is happening, and I hope a lot of you have your contracts that are running with you. That'd be terrific. 986 on ATIP. Gores at GameStop 215. AMC 62.28. It's backing off. Gores at 14.40 down a quarter, and ME 12.70 down 62 cents. It's SoFi today. It's your winner. Definitely SoFi. AMC's holding on to a gain, but SoFi is the winner right now. 23.43. Looking good. Uncle Bruce, I'm a noob, says Paul's Guitar. I admit it. I only have buy to open and sell to close options, okay? If I buy to open on ME for January, what's a decent strike price, or how do you determine a strike price, right? Buy to open means you're looking to buy a call contract and go long on the upside of the stock. And if you're looking at ME, this is the perfect time to look at an ME contract. The stock is down to 12.70. Take a look at the 12.50s and the $15 call contracts for January and see if you can scoop those up. You can buy 15s if you want, or 12.50s if you can afford them. Remember, whatever the price is, if the market is, I don't know what the market is, if it's 250 to 3, that's $250 to $300 is the bid ask for a contract. If the bid is 250, go 255 and don't go to 300, just 255, let the market come to you. If it's 210 to 260, go 215 on the buy, just a nickel higher than the highest buyer. and keep an eye on the stock and see how you do. Okay. You buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever numbers you get, and increase your leverage on the stock between now and January. All right. Very good. Coffee and sourdough toast topped with homemade can of butter is the perfect way to start the day. Tony, that's not bad. The other way to start the day is to have SoFi go up to $23.57, up 87 cents with that you're eating. That's the perfect start to the day right there. We're running, just sold a 22.5 January ME call, $1.30 last week, and I'm looking to buy to close. When would you recommend buying to close? So you wrote a January 22.50 for 1.3 last week, and I'm looking to buy it back. Boy, I have no advice for you here. I think the shares are going to go much higher, much sooner, but you're doing what you're doing. It's up to you. You got a January call that has a long time to live. It's not going to drop very much in value because it's got January in front of it. It's got an 8-month lifespan. This isn't going to drop to 25 cents today. Nothing like that's going to happen. I don't know if you're going to make any money on that. Bruce, I've noticed that you keep saying January is 8 months away, but I don't think that's the case anymore. July, August, September, October, November, December, January. I guess it's 7 months out. Oh, okay, 7 months out. Oh, Bruce, I absolutely love Bruce ripping brokerages for not being able to handle a damn ticket a change. If these guys can't handle this, why are they holding on to your money? What are you doing with these people? These are idiots. These are incompetent financial handlers. They do not know what they're doing. They shouldn't be in the business. They should be unlicensed by the SEC. There used to be standards of excellence you had to have. This isn't it. Bruce, at what point do we admit that we're all wrong? And that AMC is actually going to be the new Amazon. And Adam Aaron is clearly a mastermind genius compared with Ryan Cohen. And when are we going to admit it? When are we just going to cave and say AMC is the greatest stock of all time? The secret to getting a market to go higher is to run a company into such a level of debt that the bankers can't afford it, let it go under. That's the secret to success for the market. When are we going to get with the program? I tell you, I ask you. Oh, gosh. I think I just lost another 50 subscribers. Oh, my goodness. All righty. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyway, there you go. January is 6 months away, so Benny says. It's only 6 months away, man. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it took a leap here. It's going. It's going. Uncle Bruce, it's funny when you call out brokers when they're being dumb. Well, having been one, you kind of look at the competition out there and go, these guys can't handle a name change? Really? You can't handle it? You can't, what? Man, do you know how to open the doors of your office? Do you know how to start a car? Do you know what a car is? Oh my gosh. High volume on SoFi too. They say 23.22 up 62 cents on 1.4 million. It's got a nice shot going here. And we're loving it. Hi, Jen.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was just thinking, we used to be so critical of other brokerage firms when they did dumb things.
Yes.
And there's no reason to stop now. I mean, geez, Yeah, after a day and a half, you'd think a brokerage firm would figure out a name change and be able to handle trades.
Yeah. You earned your stripes by your cage.
That's right. The cage would be your backbone of your operation. Yeah. The trading desk and the floor traders would be the other part. The problem with these firms, the reason they can't handle trades in your stock on the second day after a name change, it's not the desk trader that's the problem. It's not the floor trader that's the problem. It's the IT department of the brokerage firm. That's the problem, because you folks are trading on your phones. You're clicking your orders. Their IT is so substandard. They're screwed up. They can't handle a simple name change after 48 hours. That's how bad their IT department is.
The truth.
They can't handle the truth. So the IT manager should be sacked, the next guy fired, They should be talking to the lowest guy on the IT department, asking him what the problem is, and he'll tell you what the problem is. It's my manager. They're idiots. That's the problem. They're not on. They're sipping coffee and talking sports bets. They're not interested in their jobs. That's the problem. You guys need trades to happen now. It's only millions of dollars on the line. Nothing important. It's just millions of dollars on the line. The brokerage firm is going, well, we don't know. We're not sure why. We don't. Of course, they don't know. They don't know. Their IT department is a disaster, and there it is.
It's only until they see the bump in the road that they know there's a bump in the road.
It's after they go over it and the transmission falls out. Yeah. Then they know, oh, we have a problem. What are you going to do? So how are you doing today?
Well, I see you're feeling more feisty.
I am. So far, so good. I don't know how long I'll last at this level, but I am jacked up today. I'm charged up a little bit, hoping I can hang on and see how it goes. Getting ready for the weekend sessions, and I put the word out. There might be a couple sessions available this weekend because
get to sleep in
I got people not responding to me right now on a couple sessions, which just blows my mind. I have such a waiting list, and I've had so many people pleading with me, can you get me in? Can you get me in? And I get people in, and then they don't respond. What am I supposed to do? It's insanity.
You're supposed to eat a bagel.
I'm supposed to eat a bagel. That's what I'm supposed to. I mean, hey, have a bagel, man.
Did you tell them what happened at the store yesterday?
We went to our favorite grocery store, and they had no bagels.
No bagels.
Zero.
No bagels.
And I'm talking to the gals behind the counter who are, where the bakery department is. And when are you bringing out your sesame seed bagels? It's been 3 days. I don't know. We don't know. Well, I'm talking to $12 an hour kids. It's not their fault. There's this $40 an hour manager that's AWOL, and nothing good's going on there. It's very disappointing.
They're messing with your bagels. It's
$3, $4 worth of bagels. We're not talking rocket science here. You have to make so many a week, and you have to deliver them on the shelf like 3 times a week, because usually when you stock the shelves with your bagels, every 2 to 3 days you stock your shelves. This is bakery. Bakery 101.
Maybe the person who does the oven schedule is on vacation.
Yeah, maybe they're a moron. Yeah, or they have sub people that don't know what they're doing because they're not trained. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's time for personnel changes, or you go shop somewhere else, and there's the ultimate death knell for the store because people walk away because
Here we only have 2 choices.
Well, we have the bakery.
Well, we do have the bakery.
I can go to the bakery. I can go to my local bakery and custom order 2 dozen sesame seed bagels. I'd say to the guy, can I have them in like 3 days? No problem.
The Golden Bakery.
Come and pick them up. Yeah, sure. I can always make that happen.
Stop scratching your ear.
I'm not. I'm just sticking it in my finger in my ear and I'm twisting. And I'm doing it on this side. It feels
Twisting
good.
Your brains back in. Is that it?
I'm just stuffing it back in. I'm just stuffing my brains back in. It's leaking out all the time.
That's what it is. So what are you going to have on this bagel?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
I don't know.
I was wondering maybe...
Is it an egg day?
No, I was thinking maybe it's a meat bagel day today.
Maybe it's a meat bagel day. Okay.
What do you think about that?
Sure. We got meat in there?
I thought so.
I don't know.
Maybe you can check it out.
I'll go check.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, bagel something's coming. Woohoo! 23.15 on SoFi, up 45 cents. GameStop 215 down $8. ATIP is 986 down 15 cents. AMC at 61.33 up 60 cents now only. Gore's 14.38 down 28 cents or 26 cents. ME 12.46 down 86 cents. Great day to buy call contracts on ME today. 447 is the point drop on the Dow. 447 points low of the day. S&P down 38, NASDAQ down 75. Great day to be a buyer today. Great day, great morning to be a buyer. I don't believe there's any strength behind the sell-off. I don't think there's any momentum behind it. I don't think there's any panic behind it. I think there are deals to be had here, and you buy on the dips, and today is a dip. But that's just this old man talking. It's really funny, though, if you watch like 98% of YouTubers or Reddit forums on options, they just buy really short, 1 week, 2 week tops. Yeah. Well, they're the gamblers. They have no money. Most of these readers and most of these YouTubers who are watching all of these other channels. Remember, the average age of these players is so young. They don't have any money. They just don't have 10, 20,000 to invest. They've got, $500, $1,000. And they're just trying to make a quick buck, looking for the so-called home run ball is all they're looking for. And there you go, And so they want to put $500 on the table, and they want to turn it into $5,000. And it makes sense to me where you have a YouTube channel and you talk about, like, you hype up the Robert Hamilton. I got it. I got you. We're set, buddy. You're all set. You see these YouTubers talking about these giant payoffs, and you got the audience for it. You got these not investors. You got these day trader flippers who have zero money, who are trying to trying to get a score. They're trying to get a financial score, and they have no cash to invest with, and so they're looking for $500, $200. They'll spend $1,000 and get 10 contracts or 20 contracts. They're looking for a high leverage, high long shot, high payoff reward, and they buy into this idea that AMC in one day will go from $61 to $200 in one day. They're just convinced it's going to happen, or they are, let's say, wishful thinking it to happen. And so they buy these $75 calls or $100 calls or $140 calls, and they take the shot, and they blow money like you can't believe, because millions of them are doing it. It's gazillions of them that are doing this, and it's unbelievable money for the option writers in Chicago to help them pay off any losers they have close in. That's why these option writers don't go belly up. They're still around. That's what it is. 9.25 of the 10 on the rant meter today. You lucky Brits, land of cheddar. Uncle Bruce, I love hearing you. You call out the bees, brokers going out with the brokers, and the SEC. You verbalize exactly what I'm feeling. Keep it up. I do what I can, folks. You deserve the truth to know. I'm pissed at my broker too. I took 5 trash bags full of gas and 1 6-foot oddly cut 2x4, and they would not give me a single share of GameStop. Unbelievable. What do you got to do? What do you got to do? Hey, Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on options? I own ME. July 16th options in the money now, 1250s right now. I know you like to sell with lots of time left. I'm with it in the money at 30 left. Should we cash out? Sit tight for another week or so into next week. Just sit tight. The stock just listed yesterday. Give it a chance to gather itself and find its following and its flock, and let it go to $15-16 next week, and then take a shot and see what it gives you. If that's what it's going to do, great. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Okay. It's all good. We're going to make money. Let's make money. We're all acting like apes. We really are. Laugh out loud, spicy Bruce today. Let's see. I would play on the minimum bet machines just to get free drinks. Oh my gosh. Salty Bruce today. Uncle Bruce, I bought SVAC strike 7.5 with the 325, ATIP strike 7.5, 370, NSH strike 7.5, so 375, and VACQ strike 750s, 390, all for Jan 22. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Sit back and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a good one. Okay. I'm kicking myself for selling VGAC weekly $10 calls Wednesday at $1. I guess. Uncle Bruce, you're making me laugh. It was just why the face buy. I knew it was a long shot. Well, I hate seeing people lose money. I just don't believe in it. It's just, what can I say? Any thoughts on lag time between the price of a stock and its calls? It seems to track in real time. Well, Dave, it depends on how close to in the money you are, and the volume of the contracts. That might be part of it. And then there's the spread between bid and ask. If there isn't heavy volume on the contract, you're going to have a lot of spreads, much wider spreads, and they're not going to move as quickly and as nicely as maybe you want it to.
There you go.
Hey, look at that.
Should be good.
We got some meat on the cheese.
Everything bagel there. It should.
We're great. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Miss Jen. Auntie Jen taking care of Uncle Bruce here. Thank you so much.
Are you hangry? Is that what's going on?
Hangry. Well, I just don't like incompetence. I guess that's it. You get these firms who promise that they can do everything for you, give you everything at your fingertips, and then they can't deliver the basics.
Yeah.
buying and selling stock a day after a name change. Hello. Yeah.
What I love is when they say they're going to charge you for the name change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, what?
That one really gets my goat.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Not
the Scottish in me.
Not good. Not good. Not going to happen. No. 23.13 on SoFi up 43 cents. GameStop 215. ATIP 981. AMC 61.88. Gores 14.42. ME 12.36. It's buy option day on ME. It's time to get some options today. Same thing on ATIP. You might be able to get some 10s at a good price. Check those out. Let's see. SoFi in the lead. Let's see. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm getting ready to have my bagel, and we're at $214.93 on GameStop. Let's see if having this bagel will move the market on GameStop. They're pretty cheap here today. That's a dip day. Let's see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, which calls should we be looking at for GHVI for January, February, or March? The further out, the better. But hey, Januaries are good. But yeah, check it out. Okay. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Crash coming. Dow's down 464. It's stopped falling. I don't think there's enough volume to matter. Love Bruce's rants. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up to your comments. Good morning from sunny Florida. Gloves are off. All right. Quest Trade says it might take up to 10 days to update my ME position. Those guys are idiots. Any drinking game this afternoon? I think people are drinking this morning. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. I bought my June 18th calls for ME at 85 cents. Just sold them for $2.85. Thanks, Brucey. 10 of them. Did you have 10 of them? No, you bought some. I don't know how many you got, but well done. Well done. Bruce to the bakery manager slowly lowers his sunglasses. Do you know who I am? You have no idea at the grocery store. No idea. He's moonlighting in the IT departments. That's right. Oh, man. Welcome one, welcome all. ME, 1207. Buy time. Buy time on ME. And ATIP, 984. Buy time. Oh, yeah. He's feisty today. He's back. He is back. He is back. He is back. Oh, let's have some fun. Go get him, Bruce. Bruce is on fire today. Preston Valerie Bakery. How much are the sessions? One session for 1 hour is $400 US. I charge $400 US for an hour. And I have yet to have someone tell me they didn't get $400 worth of info during the hour. We can figure out ways to make you a lot of money. Anyway, there you go. I just took my June-July options profits to buy 100 shares of NSH. Easy peasy. Thanks, Uncle B. Let's see. What else is going on here? Let's go. AB, thank you for the donation. American corporate strategy. When times are tough, fire everyone in quality control, raise the prices. There you go. Let's see. Don't mess with Uncle Bruce's bagels, man. Just don't be doing that. Yeah. The bakery that we like to go to is called the Golden Bakery. Golden in Creston. On the main drag. Nice selection of stuff in there. It's a little matter of the bagel monies. Freeze the bagels. We do. I hadn't bought bagels for 2 weeks, and we ran out. Last week, I could only get 4 of them. It was already a problem last week. This week, still no stock. Like, wondering what is wrong with you guys. Should I sell or execute my 3 $10 calls on ME? Didn't have the cash for the stock last month when I bought. Now I do. You're better off probably selling them into the market for a premium. Then use the cash to buy stock if that's what you want to do, or do a rollover into further out options. And that might be a really good idea to grab some 1250s or 15s on ME if they're cheap enough now. Anyway, there you go. We're at 22.85. It's pulled back a bit, but it could well see 24. Don't be surprised when this thing pops. Michael, you know it. Days like today is when option writers are the happiest. You have down dips on the days that the options expire. They expire worthless quickly or drop dramatically in price, and you can buy them back for next to nothing. It's great. Bruce has redefined sell-offs for me. No more panicking here. SB, morning, Uncle B and Jen. So glad both of you got your shots. We're done. I turned 500 into $4,000 buying IPOE calls thanks to you, Bruce. Maybe they should listen to you. How about that? Drop and give Uncle B 50. I have filed complaint with the BBB and SEC against Robinhood. Any other suggestions? I don't know. Are the 20 or 22.5 GHVI January February calls too far out of the money? I mean, you can look at the 20s. January, we can look at the 20s. Oh, yeah. Always nice to have a nice bagel in the morning. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. Bought my first option contract, ME, 12.5s for $330, expiring January 21 in 2022. Am I broke yet? Nice job. Nice job. 12.5s, right on. Stock goes to $20. You got a $9 contract, you're practically triple your money. Stock goes to $25, you got a $15 contract, you've made almost 5 times your money. Nice going. Nice going. Okay. Bruce, I'll meet you somewhere along the U.S.-Canada border. I'll bring you sacks of bagels, whatever you want, and you bring me a couple of cases of Heinz potato chips, flavored chips. Oh, man. Why the face? Oh, MT. Uncle B, what do you think about PUBM? No, nothing. Hi, Uncle B. Are there any projections on what ATIP and ME may hit in a year? For example, SOFI having the $400 projection a year out. First of all, there is no $400 projection on SOFI. There is whisper rumors about SOFI's upside, and in some cases as high as 400. But there's a lot of talk about SOFI becoming a triple-digit stock, a stock at 100 and more in the not too distant future. But that's not this week or next week. That might be in the next year or sooner. You never know. On the other two, my personal opinion is the 30 handle is attainable for these guys. But I'll tell you, I think that these two companies will be a lot different looking a year from now than they are now. And they're going to be a lot better looking, different looking than they are now. A lot better, different looking. Is there such a thing? And I don't think $30 is an upside. I think that's just a springboard to higher prices. I don't think that Richard Branson and all of his pals and all the folks from 23andMe do all of what they do and have poured everything into what they've poured into this company, especially 23andMe, to have the stock go to $12.24 and let's call it a day. And I don't think $100 a share either will be enough. I just don't think so. I think these folks are going to become extremely wealthy because they own large chunks of ATIP, SOFI, and ME, Gores Holdings, and all the other SPACs. These insiders have millions of shares, not to make $1 a share, not to make $10 a share, hundreds of dollars a share. That's the upside. That's the objective. That's the game plan. You got to decide whether you want to go along for the ride with these guys. How much time to give them? What kind of risk tolerance can you have? And can you handle daily variations in stock price? Can you handle it? Can you take it? If you can, you'll get richer. If you can't, you'll blow yourselves out and you'll move on to something else. Very few can handle it. It takes discipline, and it takes a real strong gut vibe that you're not shaking me out. I can handle this crap. Look at SOFI. It's now back to 23.21. It just jumped like 30 cents in 5 minutes. The good way, up. You got to get ready for this. You got to get used to this kind of stuff. ME at 12.29, down $1. You got to look at this as a bargain, not a disaster, a bargain, because this stock hasn't topped out. It hasn't even started to trade yet. ATIP at 977 definitely has not started at all. This is definitely a bargain scenario here. You got to pick it up, put it away, and say, thank you, may I have another? Keep them coming. Anyway, there you go. Let's see. What else is going on? Dougie says, bagel, 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 bagel. What else have we got here? Jen served up a winner here today. Bruce, I am down 50% on my oil tanker stock. I'm considering selling up and buying IBM. What do you think? Probably a good idea. Love Jen. YOLO, Uncle B, new member of the channel. YOLO, thank you for popping in, joining in, becoming a member, a follower, a team member. I'm glad you're here. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. Welcome. What's wrong with people? Why do they watch CNBC and listen to nothing but doom and gloom and then run out and follow their guidelines? They're the ones manipulating the market. Open their yaps. Down 430 on the Dow, down 34 on S&P, NASDAQ down 59. NASDAQ is the tipper right there. That is your tip that this market is about to surge the other direction. NASDAQ is not backing off, and that's the one that should be crapping out the most. If there's new high interest rates, high inflation, slowing down of the economy, growth stocks in trouble. NASDAQ should be leading the downturn. It's not. It's only down 0.3 of a percentage point. The Dow is the loser at 433, and that is a turnaround waiting to happen at any moment in time. Wouldn't surprise me if the NASDAQ turns green first, then the S&P turns green second, and then the Dow eventually turns green. Will it be today? I'm not sure, but it could happen. It could happen. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Charles, thank you, Charles, for the PayPal donation. It just showed up. I see it here. I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Joseph, ME getting hammered. So surprised. Thank you for the donation. Remember, it was up $2.36, $2.50 yesterday. It's only at $12.26, down $1.06. Not to worry. SoFi 23.28 at 58 cents. Wheat Wild, thank you for the donation. 15 shekels. Rule of thumb, bagel bunch. November, December calls are good. Anything January 22 and beyond is ideal. Stop gamble with short calls. You will lose your money. Excellent point. A dinosaur says Uncle Bruce, Scotiabank doesn't have ME, ATIP, or VACQ options available today for trading. Why the face? They're losers. That's why. Auntie Bruce, before Yoko crawls out of bed today, can I play some Elvis? Enjoy. Don't even get Bruce started. Someone is shorting the bagel market. That's confirmed. Creston is outsourcing bagel production to China. Bagel shortage in Creston. Devil King, SoFi pulled back to under 23. Sadly, I was hoping for it to reach 24. 23.29. See, like you're buying all their bagels. Margin have bad all the time. What about buying up some of this ATIP on margin? Generally, you want to do cash. You really generally want to do cash. Just check TD Ameritrade did not charge for the VGAC ME transition. Good. Alex, attaboy. Jeff is saying, I'm wondering if other SPACs may actually the same when transitioning. It'll be the same. Hedgie shorted all the bagel supplies in Creston. I messed up buying, Tori said, I messed up buying a limit order of 12 shares of ATIP at 10:09. PS before hours. Between 10:09 and 10:10 before hours, I was disappointed when I got home and realized that it was when it was down to 9 something. Well, it's at 9.78. I mean, it's not like you lost your shirt or anything like that. Relax. Bruce might need to hire a personal bagel chef so he don't run out of bagels. Thomas, bagels, they must be water boiled. Take them home, slice them, and freeze them. Michael, all SoFi, I have a $17.50 strike price call that expires July 16th. Okay, it's currently selling for $550-ish right now. Should I sell it and go for a January 22nd, 2250 contract, or let the contract ride a little longer? Okay, you're good till July 16. You're at 23.26. So, if your stock runs up to $24, $25, you're going to have a $750, $850 contract, which might get you into a 2250 or a 20, maybe, depending on how much higher yours goes versus the others. You got time. You got another week easy. Keep an eye on it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Seth, I'm having anxiety with the stocks doing what they're doing. Chillax, man. Sit tight, relax. It's all good. Phone call to Golden Bakery right now. Do you think 23andMe can hit $23 by December? Geez, I'm thinking next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm thinking December. I'm not thinking that long. How about some Yoko as a tribute to Quadruple Witching Day and the Apes? I don't know if I want to play Yoko. I would really rather just hit 1,000 thumbs ups from the merit of this show. Just kind of like working my butt off and being here and grinding it out with you and helping you get through the turmoil of this market. 881 thumbs ups. I appreciate these so much. And 62 on the downside, even on these kinds of days. What are you going to do? 216 on GameStop, a little better. ATIP 978, MSC 6245. Gore's at 1448, ME 1224, SoFi 2317. 912 thumbs ups. We're only 88 away from 1,000 thumbs ups, and I really would appreciate getting that real quick. That would be really nice if we could hit 1,000 thumbs ups as a tribute to the channel and to yourselves. So you're at the right place in the right time with the right YouTuber, and you're telling the world, hey, You should be part of this family. You guys are promoting yourselves and your positions and your investments by giving us thumbs ups to tell the world, hey, why don't you become part of this channel and get wiser quicker and stop making mistakes out there? Pick up some of these great stocks and options, and you too can make yourself a nice buck here. That would be a good thing. 940 now. We're already at 940, only 60 odd away from 1,000 thumbs ups. Thank you, all of you, for hitting the thumbs up button and drowning out the thumbs downs button. 945. 15, is it a 15 to 1 ratio, 16 to 1 ratio if we can get to 1,000 thumbs ups against 62 on the downside. Thank you all. 953 have come in now. We're only 47 away from 1,000. We're 38 away now. 38 away from 1,000 thumbs ups. You guys are great. I appreciate this so much. 33 to go and counting. 31 to go now to get 1,000 thumbs ups. 27 away. This is beautiful. 27 thumbs up. 19 to go. We're under 20 now. 19 thumbs ups. 13 to go now. 987 have come through. We're going into the 4-digit mark here on thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 988 are in. 12 to go. 991 in. 9 to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's there. 1,000 thumbs ups with 64 down. And that's an easy 15, 16 to 1 ratio up versus down. Thank you so much for getting me here as you do. It is wonderful. And it is noticed at the YouTube computers. They do notice it. Keep them coming. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do hit the thumbs up and add more momentum to this channel. That would be terrific, guys. Thank you. You're wonderful. And no Yoko required today. Which is fine by me. Thank you. If someone doesn't know, by the way, there's an interview with the 23andMe CEO on Yahoo Finance. It's called 23andMe CEO on Public Debut, Future of Genetic Testing. Alrighty. GameStop getting a breakout, $215.55. I have ME $10 for January. They cost me $1.70. Nice. You're gonna make some nice money there. 25 a share. Those are like $17 a piece. Nice. Some upside here. Real upside. Guys, grab yourself some of these contracts while it's down here. 1224. Grab some ME contracts. Absolutely. Pick them off for January or later if you can. And enjoy a lovely ride. Boy, you're going to like that. Uncle Bruce, you should be the face of bagel advertisement. Just got another GME for $215.75. Right on. You just keep saying SoFi going to triple digits. I want YOLO more leaps. Okay. 2306 on SoFi. And it's only a quarter of where it should be, if that. Oh, someone posted baby photos of me. Morning, Jane Doe. You know what? I'm at the nail salon buying dip. 11% return on my SoFi shares after being bought. The dip 3 days ago, 615. Way to go. Let's see here. We got more than 861 thumbs ups now. Thank you, guys. I hate filling out tax returns for those small dollar quick turn investors. Filling out Schedule D is impossible with close to hundreds of transactions. It's so frustrating. It is what it is. And let's see. Yeah, if you believe in what you buy, it's much easier to hold and buy the dips. That's right. If you believe in what you got, you betcha. Absolutely. I was poor my entire life. Some red lines don't make me feel a damn thing. Laughing out loud. Uncle Bruce, I have 100 each of the ATIP and me. I can only write contracts. Is it prudent to buy more of each before writing? You can do that, John, or you can start picking off call contracts at a fraction of the price of the stock. You might look at ATIP $10 calls or $12.50 calls. You might be able to buy one at a time in the $1 to $2 range. ME, take a look at those for 20. What would those be, like 15s or 1750s? Get out, long out, and pick up some leverage now. If you can get 4 or 5 contracts and 100 shares on top of that, you got some really nice leverage going forward. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Thank you, everybody. Have you ever had anyone faint from panic? No, I have not. Hey, Uncle B, SoFi, I have 17.5 strike option that expires on July. Currently selling for $5.50. I think we've done this. We've talked about this already. Ian, Uncle Bruce, ATIP call options are still pricey with the 3+ premium. When do call options reflect the decline in the stock price? Is it insanity? Yes, it's insanity, Ian. You keep an eye on them. And if you see them backing off, then you make your move. Just keep an eye. I love you, Uncle Bruce, from the beginning. You are generally doing something great. Thank you, YOLO. We're trying to have fun here and make a few bucks at the same time. Why not? Let's see. I'm still being up 20% already on ME. This is fun. And let's go here. Dustin, thank you, Dustin, for this donation. Thanks for the options advice. You got it, buddy. Make a pile of money. Thanks, Uncle B, for the words of wisdom. After holding GameStop and buying the dips, I think my stomach can handle the small fluctuations we're seeing on ME, ATIP, SOFI. That was easy. VJC options, 12.5 January, 235 to 260 bid ask, still too high. 1250s on VACQ. We're at 1030 right now. Yeah, that's still up there. You can get them into the $1.50 to $2 range, might be a little more appealing, but keep an eye on those. Would you say controlling your moods and impulses are key to this game? Oh yeah, you definitely have to handle that. Yesterday was a freakish day. My portfolio was back in the red where it used to be. Let's see. Thank you, sir, says Michael. Thank you, Michael, for being here. We got the Dow down 488, way oversold, ready for a snapback rally at any time. S&P down 41, NASDAQ down 84. Still, these markets are going to go much higher. They're going to go much higher. Excuse me. They're going to go much higher because these companies that make up these indexes are rocking and rolling the money. They are making a ton of cash. The earnings reports you saw a few weeks ago for the first and second quarters, you're going to see again in the second and third quarters. These are going to be earnings reports like never reported back to back before, ever. And Apple is rocking on all cylinders. Google is cashing in. Facebook is cashing in. This reopening of the economy is huge. And these indexes are going to be much, much higher. IBM going to do extremely well. Home Depot will keep rolling. The payoff for SoFi, the payoff for Gore's Holdings with Matterport, massive. Your earnings for and your upside for your stocks. Here we go. All the SPACs you have, you're going to do so well. These daily fluctuations will matter not. Despite the fact that the Dow is down almost 500 points, SoFi is up 31 cents. What does that tell you? There is smart money going into SoFi right now, quietly and effectively. It's going in here. It is going to keep coming in here. GameStop's down $8. So what? $2.15 a share. The Dow's down 490 points. This is not a problem. 976 down a quarter in ATIP, and who cares? AMC's up 240. That's telling you of this, the length, the loyalty of the retail investor in AMC. They're not going to be shaken out. It's going to happen on GameStop as well. It's going to happen on your SPACs. Some of your SPACs might become meme stocks. Do not be surprised when SoFi is one of them. Gore's will become a meme stock. It'll be heavily talked about by these folks who are going to love the growth of this company. 1442 on Gore's. ME, 23andMe, 1220, down 112. Real upside coming your way here on some of these stocks. I like it. You know what? I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Auntie, take these shares and place them into a box until a quieter time. Leave me some 90s Dave Matthews Band. Let's see here. Bruce, I bought one share of ATIP for $9.88. When can I expect to retire on that? Well, find the box you're going to live in and find a nice grate over top of the subway so that warm air warms you up at night. Head to the shelter and get some free blankets and, lower your cost of living to make this one stock pay you back to the point of greatness. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Wow, Bruce, bullish on ME. I'm loving it. Under the Table and Dreaming was one of the first albums I really got into. It was a little bit I was a little tot in the 90s. My friend's older brother played the album a lot. It was so nostalgic for me. How about that? 1K is 1 minute away. Okay. When to expect this merger for NSH? At any time. Sooner the better. There's so much I want to do. DQ, I'm itching to round out my profile like I want it. Not there yet. Welcome all to the show and the day's activities. Oh, we're going to have fun. I Like the Purples is a new member. Welcome to the channel. Love it. A new member coming in one after the other. And this is absolutely wunderbar. Bought myself one call option of ME, $10 US strike with a 415 US Jan 22. Couldn't find it cheaper. Oh my goodness. Well, what can I say? You are 230 in the money. You're 180 premium. So there you go. Sell my house fast in Upper Marlboro. I bought January calls for ATIP, Gores, and SVAC. All at 17.5 strikes. Is that strike price too high? I've made money so far on all of them, and I'm not sure if I should sell them and buy more at lower. You're making money. Just ride the gains. Let it keep happening. I think you're gonna be fine. Yeah, I think you'll be all right. I think you're good. It doesn't have to go to 17.5 for the options to decrease. That's exactly right. That bakery doesn't know it, but the family may pay them a visit to make them an offer they can't refuse if they don't get the bagels flowing again. It's not the bakery that's the problem. It's our grocery store that's the problem. They're the problem. Our local bakery is fine. Uncle Bruce, when selling call options, is there a method to decide the best premium to receive in return, specifically for those shares you plan on keeping long-term? Not sure if that made sense. Thanks. Oh, it made a lot of sense, Gray Fox. You write contracts on Gore, on GameStop, for example. You want to write contracts on GameStop. The stock's at 215 right now. It's down 770. I wouldn't write call contracts this second on GameStop because it's entirely likely by the midpoint of the day or the end of the day, these shares could be back to 220, 225 at any time. You might then look to write call contracts. But of course, what will you write? Next Friday's expiry? If you did, what price should you go at? 280? 270? How far up ahead of the stock should you go? If you're going to go 2 months out on GameStop, it doesn't make a lot of difference between 215 and 220 a share. But if you're going to go a 2-month contract, a 3-month contract, you can now look at writing 400s, 380s, 420s. You're going to go at 4 or 5 months, you can write 500s. You could bring in some serious money, 20, 30 bucks, 40 bucks a contract, a share on the contract. So $20 is $2,000, $40 a share is $4,000 premium. That could be pretty nice cash, which you can then spread into some of these SPACs if you like, or buy more GameStop on dips. I mean, hey, what's wrong with that? So it's a question of how much time do you want to go? How often do you want to write? How much cash do you want in? What kind of risk tolerance have you got for your stock? If you're long AMC, like I've been saying to anyone who's long AMC, what is wrong with writing $75 or $80 call contracts, good for a couple of months and bringing in huge money, 20, 30 bucks a contract? I'd take that money and just go nuts. Diversify out in something else, or on AMC, if it drops into the 30s, buy more at the 30s with all that money you brought in. Those calls will be dropping in value. You've got the cash, buy more stock cheap and help it go back up again. You want to do that? Or diversify into some of the SPACs we talk about. There's all kinds of ways to do it. Hey, Uncle B, I have an average price of 65 on GameStop. Is it wise to buy the dip and raise my average price? There's nothing ever wrong with doing that, ever. And there's also nothing wrong with writing call contracts to bring in a bunch of cash and buying even more on these dips. You can do that too. Snag some IBM stock. Way to go, JW. The stock is 143, down $2. It's not often that the stock will do that. Very good. The Dow's down 510, way oversold. S&P down 43, NASDAQ only down 87 points. The NASDAQ is not following the parade. It's kind of been sucked along, but they'll make a break for it first. Hey, Uncle B, should we buy SPACs on the regular stocks? Should we buy SPACs or the regular stocks? You mix it up. KC 10D. I don't know your share count, but I feel like you have a lot of room to average up. Nice average, man. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Hang on. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, hanging out with me. Let's see. Let's see. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. I'm not sure if my comment was buried. I have a 2250 call for ME December 2021. It's worth a nice chunk of change right now. I imagine I should keep holding, also still holding my 15 ME calls for October. Yeah, I just sit tight. The stock's now down only 91 cents to 1241. I would sit tight through this weekend into next week. Let's just see how the shares settle out. The Dow down 510, S&P down 43, NASDAQ down 90. All right. Let's see. I just reported your grocery store to the SEC. Hopefully that'll teach them to ignore the demand for bagels here. Right on. Okay. I don't have any GameStop contracts, just shares. I have covered contracts on SPACs. Yeah, Jane, fair enough. All right. Let's see. Uncle Bruce process. Find Bruce, buy stocks, get to 100 shares of something, write long calls, use premiums to buy more stocks, get more stocks to write to 100, write more long calls, rinse and repeat. There it is. There's the secret to success. Buy to open, right? If you're going long, you're buying to open. If you're going short, sell to open and buy to close. Okay. Anyway, yes. Everybody, welcome to the show and everything else. I missed that spike on SoFi. I got to stop working so much. There'll be another one. Don't worry about it. Even another one. All righty. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I bought ME January 1250s. I paid $1.10. Beautiful. Let's see. Buy to open. Yeah. LCK has become the newest, latest, greatest member of the channel. Welcome, LCK, to the gang today. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for the info on retirement, Bruce. Anyone got a line on a cardboard box big enough for a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and a chef's kitchen? I got one share to retire on, and I got to handle this lifestyle. LCK, welcome. 2291 on SoFi. We're still up 20 cents on the day. High of the day, 23.30 today. 23.68 high of the day. Pardon me on that. 22.97 right now on SoFi. 216.89 on GameStop, down only 670. It's coming back a little bit. And let's see. Uncle Bruce, I joined as a member today. Will I get the email you were talking about yesterday? You will get updates when we do new updates, but you won't get old updates because they've been done. But stand by for new updates at any time. Uncle Bruce, is the best strategy when writing call options to go like 1 week out at the highest strike price, right? Would get less premium, but I guess the safest risk, right? It depends on just your strategy. Look, if a stock has had a really good run and then you write a slightly out of the money call beyond that, and cash in a nice premium because the stock has had such a run and then it begins to ease off, it can do a little profit taking for a couple of weeks and you're laughing, man. You're laughing at such a premium. On the other hand, you get taken out. The stock keeps going up and you get bought out. Great. And then the stock backs off. You buy the stock back at a lower price than you got bought out at, plus the premium, and you're still laughing. There's nothing wrong with getting bought out. There is nothing wrong with it. Anyway, what can I say? Doesn't your bakery know you're a celebrity? Wow, your baby guy. Yeah, I worked in the NOLA business district in the 90s when alternative music was on fire and it was right there in the thick of it. Let's see. Welcome, LCK. Welcome to the channel, and I'm glad you guys are here. 22.95 on SoFi, up a quarter. GameStop 217 now, up again. ATIP 976, only down a quarter now. AMC 63.55, up 280. Gores 442, down 23 cents. ME 23andME 1243, down 89 cents. Looks like it's coming on right now with a little bit of an uptick at the moment. Well, we'll see what's going on. We'll watch it. The Dow down 502, S&P down 43, NASDAQ down 93 points. Cheers to all of you in Stock Markets with Bruce territory. I appreciate you being here with me today. A special thank you to all of you out there who have been visiting my Redbubble store. Link is down below in the description of this channel. You've been visiting my Redbubble store. You have been picking up items with these logos on it. This logo right here, these logos over here. Thank you, all of you, for supporting Jennifer and I by picking up logoed items through Redbubble. Those of you who've been buying up these things, thank you. Also, our cell phone amplifiers. We've got a few left now. We're running out of them bit by bit. We've got these handmade wooden cell phone amplifiers, no batteries, no software, handmade by Marshall Thompson right here in Creston, and made by hand, branded, made from repurposed wood. Some of this wood is from local barns and all kinds of neat stuff. He does a great job. You put your cell phone in here, and what ends up happening is the sound comes out. It goes down here, comes out right out of here, gets blared across your deck, your kitchen, your office, wherever you want it, and works 24/7 without batteries, solid as can be. You want one of these, you send me a $60 US dollar donation on PayPal, and make sure to include your name and mailing address. I will autograph it here as Uncle Bruce, and I'll have Jennifer autograph it for you as well, right on the top here. So you've got an autographed copy of this unit. Or if you want to get one of the cell phone amplifiers from Traveling with Bruce, my other channel, I have this sextant logo. This is a nautical logo here. It's Traveling with Bruce. You can have this one. Again, we'll autograph it for you if you like. Handcrafted by Marshall Thompson right here in Creston with Creston Resourced Wood. $60 US, includes airmail shipping. It'll come to you pretty quick. So if you would like one of these, just send us a donation on PayPal. We will get on it. Jennifer hand packages each one of them by herself, lovingly, and she makes sure we sign them, and we get them out to you right away. So thank you, all of you who've been here and helping us and supporting this channel. I appreciate it. Worth looking at ME January 22, 1750 calls. Yes, it would be. Yes. Jane, luckily it's the Zerscape area, and there's nothing like, I don't know what that means. Thank you all. Those cell phone amplifiers are the real deal, says Wally's World. Get yours signed. I've got two, and they are sweet. Right on. Thank you, sir, for the endorsement. I got mine on Wednesday, Bruce, about 1 week to Florida. That's all it took. One for each ear. Stereo makes the fur fly. Bruce cell phone amps are guaranteed to still work after an EMP. Yeah, there's no software crash here. Dougie, I was referring to Louis C.K., but I guess that statement could apply to your bunnies too. Nash, NSH 994. Christopher B, my answer for tonight is Joe's Pizza. That's my answer. Mr. Bobby Hubby, hope my cell phone app is in the mail. It is, Bobby. It's on the way. Uncle Bruce, do you ever get tired of being awake? One ping only. New member. That is a reference to Jen's favorite movie. Apart from that and Apollo 13, those are two of her favorite movies. One ping only, please. One ping only. Welcome, new member. SoFly over 23 again. 2304. One ping only. Welcome. Stephen, thank you for the £5 donation. Thank you for 23andMe, Bruce. One of the best ever trades. We haven't even started yet. This is nothing. You're not even on the ground floor. We're getting ready to go. 1244 down 88 cents. Welcome one, says Drew. Welcome one ping. Welcome one ping only. You can stick your ear up to the hole and hear the beach too. Oh my. The packaging was super, Jen. Welcome one ping. I like turtles. And one ping, welcome. Dougie, Jane, I didn't think anyone would pick up on the Louis C.K. comment. Welcome one ping. Hunt for Red October. Uncle Bruce and Jen. Thank you guys so much. 2305 on SoFi. GameStop 217.26. That's better than 214 this morning. 975 on ATIP. AMC 63.65 up 292. Gorst 14.39. ME 12.40 down 91 cents. Welcome all to the party. Fifth Wall Acquisition down 3 cents to 11.11. Vector down a nickel at 10.29. Navsite unchanged at 9.94. Starboard 10.01 up a penny. Vanik Vectors 249 down 425. Getting no help from the Dow. Although the Dow is now down 489 instead of down about 510. Home Depot down $3.15 to $299.97. IBM $143.55 down $2. That is a buy now. That is a serious buy now. Dow down $4.96. The low of the day was 33,622, and we're at 33,000. Sorry, low of the day 33,291, and we're at 33,327. We are only 36 points off of the low of the day on the Dow. We have not yet had an uptick of significance. We've had down 2 stairs, up 1, down 2, up 1, down 2, up 1. We're waiting for the turnaround on this oversold market to take a shot. We have had a definite back off. This is the last month of the Dow. We started up here, topped out here, and we've had this drop off. Too far, too quick now. This is 3 months on the Dow. You can see this low here. It is becoming oversold very quickly. There's a 6-month pullback right now for no good reason on the Dow to pull back. None. This interest rate thing is bogus. There will be no serious interest rate hikes to worry about whatsoever. The amount of cash flowing in the system is unbelievable, and the central banks will keep cash flowing into the system like you cannot believe, and there is no way we're going to have an interest rate spike of any significance, in this man's humble opinion. But that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a guy in Creston in his living room saying, hey, please like what I do. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you're making some money out there. Follow some of my picks, and let's just keep our mistakes to a simple number. Anyone selling today is crazy. Anyone buying into this sell-off, you're nuts. Christopher D, thank you for this donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. For those who picked up $10 call options for under $2, I feel like I can't talk to you right now because you're doing so well. Uncle B, can we order bagels made by Jen? She doesn't make bagels. Dougie, Jane Doe, me too. She'll, of course, she prepares them. She doesn't make them, but they're only for in-house consumption, and you have to live here, and so you guys are out. That's that. All right. The Dow shook off that 500-point dip, says whoever says BWS. Davey, the days of playing Hunt for Red October with my old man, dressing up like Wolverines and crashing neighbors' tea parties. Oh, my God. What's going on at the bagel farm? What's happening? We're at 23.15 on SoFi, up 45 cents on a very big down day. That's a good sign. AMC holding 256 gains at 63.29. ME down to 12.38, but it's only off 94 cents now. It's bounced back, and it could definitely bounce much higher than this. We'll keep an eye on all that. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I appreciate it, and it's nice to see you all here. Anyway, do you deliver amplifiers to the UK? Yes, we do. If you can add $10 to that price, if you make it 70 American, that'll cover the increased cost, because it's expensive to airmail this thing. They're not light, they're heavy, but we'll get them out to you. Yeah, you bet. Overseas, sure. Europe, no problem. Yeah, just send us 70 US and we'll get them to you. Good afternoon, love. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Jane Doe, to me and to anyone else you're saying that to. Love it. Thank you, all of you, for your support of this channel, and I hope you're going to have a great weekend this weekend. We're going to be busy here. I'm going to be very busy with one-on-one sessions here for sure. And as I say, we've got to go. Robert, I'll see what I can do about this donation you've made earlier. I will check into that, Robert. We might be able to handle that request. You stand by, buddy, and I'll fill you in, okay? Let's see. What else is going on? I'm just checking for other messages here. Thank you, all of you, and I appreciate this. Yeah. Yes, Jennifer, your answer is yes. I still offer one-on-ones, but no to the other question. Just between you and me, you know what that question is? You asked me the other question, that annual thing. There's a no answer to that. Not in my control. Just, that's code. Okay. It's code. Okay. But anyway, thank you, Manisha. Manisha, you looks like you're picking up one of those cell phone apps. If I got my hunch correct here, fantastic. Let's see here, double, triple checking my content here. There we are, right there, and yep, from the UK. Yes, Manisha. We'll get you looked after for sure. You betcha. Thank you for making that donation through PayPal, and we'll get that out to you. You just gotta let me know which one you want. Now, send me a private email. Tell me what it is, which one you want, because I don't know which one you're after. And we'll get you set up. Okay. So send me a private email if you could, and we'll get you looked after. Okay. Alrighty, fantastic. This is good stuff. Such good stuff. Thank you, all of you who are with us today. Appreciate you popping in. Those of you expressing an interest in one-on-ones, I will get back to you after the show. I've got to look out, finalize my weekend here and see what spots are still available, and we'll let you know as soon as we know. Thank you for the 1,100 thumbs up so far as well. That is beautiful. Another 100 have come in since we hit 1,000. That is great. 2323 on SOFI, up 53 cents. We're going up higher, and we will continue to do so. This is a $30 stock. This is so underpriced. Do not be surprised if this stock just keeps on going higher. Just do not be surprised. All right. And thank you. Let's see here. The Dow shook off the 500-point dip. Well, we're at 488, so, not a lot, but that's where we're at. And let's see here. And let's go. Uncle Bruce and Jen, you are a true inspiration. I thought that we went through that went through my last point. Thank you, everybody. Uncle Bruce, did you ever dabble in buying and selling spreads? Also, what are they? We'll get into that at class time. See you later, Bruce and the gang, from Steve. I came on to give Uncle Bruce earlier. As we were at work. Now I'm home, so I need to hear Uncle Bruce's voice. Right on. We'll see you in the Power Hour DQ. Let's see who else is here. Holding until we go beyond the dark side of the moon. Liz, issues resolved with Robinhood, and I have transferred all to SoFi. Sorry, I'm still new. Don't want to book. Look stupid. Cannot wait for classes. Thank you, Uncle B. You got it. Hey, Bruce, any thoughts on the big bank stocks coming down like 10% in the last week? Overreaction. Ridiculous. Be well, Uncle Bruce, Jen, and Apes have to run. See you at the close. You got it, SB. Blair, I'm RV camping right this very moment. Have Wi-Fi, and I do travel. Beautiful. Andy, Liz, friend, no worries. You are smart for getting out of Robinhood. And I'm an IT guy, and I can confirm the stupid decisions of managers at the top. This is happening at brokers, I think, still waiting for a name change. Absolutely ridiculous. ATIP is 965. We're keeping an eye on all these stocks. 968 right now. Thomas, great to have you back on top form. Bruce, cheers. Kirsten is the new member of the channel. Hi, Kirsten. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. Vapor Rob, thanks, Brucey. IBM 155 for February 22, 530. Sound okay? Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go. I leave my TVs on in random rooms on Bruce's channel. Why? Because more views. Love you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Welcome, Kristen. England versus Scotland in the Euros tonight. SoFi needs to start allowing option trading. So as soon as they do, I'll move to them. They do have option trading on SoFi. There is trading on option. You can trade options on SoFi. No problem. 23.24 up 54 cents. ATIP on sale 968. It's a bargain. More GameStop and ME for ME today. Damn right. I'll put on it to go lower. Welcome, Kristen. To the channel. We're now down 469 on the Dow, 44.9 on the S&P, 44.9. NASDAQ down 118 points. That's where we're at right now. Oil at 71.87 a barrel. Woo! Oh, boy. Oh, what can I say, kids? It is what it is. 23.23 on the SoFi higher today. We're loving that. Thank you for joining me and being here today. Hanging out with yours truly, watching these markets and, tolerating these brokerage firms slow to convert their systems. It is kind of weird, isn't it? Here we go. Nick Brown, I meant the SoFi app, not the stock. Yeah, they don't allow option trading on the app. Soon, I hope, right? Nick, I hope that's very soon. What a joke on Market Watch, and they are blaming all of this bear sell-off on excessive bullishness. Why the face? We're opening back up. Of course, there's bullishness. I know they don't get it. They're idiots. What can I say? They are just not paying attention to the reality of the situation. We have 9 million job openings. We have employers begging for employees. We have money in the system like you cannot believe. We have home prices at record highs. People are refinancing their homes and using the excess cash to build on the economy. We have a backlog of orders for everything because of shortages. We're trying to reopen the economy globally. It's not an America thing. It's a global thing. And these guys are calling it bullishness. I mean, what are you going to do? They're looking for headlines. They got nothing else to say because they're idiots. Thanks. It was a very friendly and cool group of people. Thank you, YOLO. Bye, Uncle B, Auntie Jen and Bagel family. Have a great day. We'll see you all this afternoon. Jane Doe, you take care. Palm Beach Building. Uncle Bruce, I have an opinion. I have an option, actually, on SoFi expiring today at $23. It's worthless. Is there a difference in just letting it expire? Do I take advantage and rolling it over? Well, if the stock can pop up a bit here, you're 23.16. So if it can go to 24, the stock, 24 and a quarter, it could today. You at least get $1 something, $1.20, $1.40 out of these things, and use the money for something else. But you can't be holding contracts that are this short. You just mistake. It's just a mistake. You got to have long calls. Just the way it is. Anyway, that's all I can say about that. That's all I have to say about that. He keeps drinking and he's never peeing. That's crazy. I'm Mark watched a joke. I can't count how many headlines they wrote starting with "Forget GameStop." Yeah, it's true. Moon Manmo. Thank you for the hearts. Mark, blue skies. It's code for shorting. There you go. Yeah. Bye, Jane. You take care. Yeah, well, do what we can here. 450 on the Dow, dip on the Dow now, 450 points. It's actually approaching a higher level here this morning. It's now improving to a higher level for the Dow. Will it pop 100, 150 here to the 270 mark and have the best level of the day? It could. It could do this in 10 minutes. Market Watch equals read it, see how things are not in reality. Bye, everybody. Catch you this afternoon, says Bama Babe. Drew, nice. We are glad to have you here now. Beautiful stuff. It's all nice. It's so nice to be nice to the nice, isn't it? Bye, Bama Babe. Yeah, let's see what we got going here as we try to, build this market and try to make some money. 12.54 down 78 cents on ME, coming back. Definitely coming back up. Hey, Bama. Bye, Bama. Drew, better late than never. I don't know anything about options, but it is not so smart just buying stocks and slowly get rich. Is there something wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. You can buy the contract. You buy the stock. It has no time limit, has no expiry limit. Just buy the stock, hold it, run it. But if you can leverage up with some call contracts, if you can leverage up with some call contracts, good move. Add to the upside for sure. Might be a way to consider making some extra money. There's nothing wrong with that. FS Panu. See you later, everybody. Bruce, do you think you can get the Bread Bubble store to make bagel-shaped earmuffs for winters to the Great White North? We'll see if they ever do that. Catch you in the afternoon, Uncle Bruce, all the Bama family. Thank you, Eddie. Christopher, I'm going to the movies today. Not AMC though. Sorry, not sorry. Bye, Bama. Maddie, Bruce, do memberships auto renew each month, or do I need to renew manually? I don't know. When you subscribe, there might be an option where you can auto renew, but I don't know. You have to look that up yourself. Iceman, Uncle Bruce, do you have any pro tips to prevent becoming emotionally attached to specific stocks? Just look at them as tools to make you money. That's what they are. They are instruments to make you money. That's really what they are, and you have to think of them that way. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say about that. Morning. Need help. I just realized I had bought shares of VAQC. Is Uncle Bruce recommending VAQC or VACQ? VACQ is what I recommend. I don't know about the other company later. Eddie, bye. Catch you later, says Eddie. Jordan, thank you, Uncle Bruce. I'll see you all later. You got it. I got 6 minutes to go, and this show is over for the morning. And I'll be back on this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern. And then I'm on tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time. For those of you who would like to play some trivia tonight, you can join me. If you're a member of this channel, you are automatically eligible to join me tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern right here or on TWB, whichever channel you like to hang out on, for a simulcast live trivia show tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I got some questions over here ready to rock and roll, baby, and we're going to have some fun tonight. We always do. It's a great way to unwind after a long week, and I kind of look forward to seeing you then. Eddie, see you on the Power Hour for Friday fun. See you later, Jordan, says Free Thinker. Lisa B, it is VACQ. Getting the beer soon, Free Thinker saying. Goodbye, Jordan. Nobu, Nabu, Nubu. Thank you for the $5 donation. I like short-term contracts, but please roll over before you are trapped. Dougie, Jane Doe agreed. Blair, when I met you, I didn't think I'd let you or like me, or but since I met you and I let you, I bet you, I let you again, I bet you. Oh, Blair. That's a little too convoluted. Lisa, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Can always count on you. Thank you, Lisa. Eddie R. Bye. Catch you later. You bet. Wally. Trivia is awesome. Yes, it is. Maya, later, Uncle B and Bagel Crew. Lisa, thanks, Paul. Damn it, Jim. All libations. Are libations okay? Oh, libations will be flowing this aft. I think so, Mr. Bobby Hubby. Tony, don't believe in GameStop, then short it. Dare ya. Dare ya. I dare ya. Double dare ya if you don't believe in it. Okay. That's where we're at. We're down 457 on the Dow now, down 46 on S&P, down 130 on NASDAQ. And we're going to see if there's any legs to this recovery or not, or will it peter out? Damn it, Jim, you drinking mead or something? YOLO, Uncle Bruce, UB, you look tired. Please take care. I'll be getting a little rest between shows, and I'll be back ready to go. Tori, I looked at my orders. I got it for $9.98. I was disappointed for nothing. Well, there you go. Joshua, why would a newly merged SPAC like ATIP drop under $10 so quick? Major sell-off? What was the point? Again, I don't know, Joshua. It is what it is. Every company has their style and their game plan. I do not know if there are plans in the works for some kind of an additional deal here or some kind of a merger to be announced or some takeover. I do not know. ATIP is unknown in the market. I'm waiting to see if they start a publicity campaign through their investor relations department, which is brand new. I give them a month and let's see what happens. And let's go from there. Later, Gator, says Vernon. Yavi, sample trivia questions just to know what to expect. No sample question. Blair, he said Peter elbow cuff. Okay. T, when I saw you, I thought I'd seen you before, or you saw me, then I saw that I'd seen what you had seen before. Bye, Bagel Bunch, says Auntie. It depends on the categories, says Free Thinker. Hasta la vista, Uncle B and Bagel Gang. See you later. Thank you, guys. Damn it, Jim. Free Thinker. No meat here. But I will have I will have some drinks here. Andrew, ME January calls almost up 300%. Thanks, Uncle B. Right on, guys. What's the westernmost country in Africa? What's the westernmost country in Africa? How about that? Free Thinker by Anti-PC. What's the duration of the quiz tonight? These shows last about 45 minutes to an hour, something like that. We have fun. We have a good time. Depends how long how much we kibitz to. Have a great day, says John. Fresh and free. Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on trading futures? I want to go along on sauerkraut and orange juice. Ooh, that sounds crazy. Pin by Anti-PC. We're down to 2 minutes to go, and this show is over. I want to say thank you for joining me here today. Appreciate this very much. We have had 1,100 thumbs ups, and I bet you we are awful close to 1,200 thumbs ups. Thank you, all of you who have been throwing the thumbs up button around here today. This is really helping out. We have 72 on the downside. We have 11 to 1,200 on the upside, and keep them coming in. Thank you for getting me over the 1,000 hump. And if you get me over the 1,200 hump, even better before we go off the air, I would really appreciate that. Thank you for popping up those thumbs ups for me. It is much appreciated. Thank you for subscribing to my channel today. Thank you for becoming members of this channel today. Love you for all of that. Absolutely terrific. You guys are absolutely fabulous. What can I say? No question about it. And we're loving the fact that a bunch of you have joined us and are continuing to follow along with us as we try to get you richer, take you to another level of taxation. Yes, thank you. Have a good rest, Bruce. You bet. Let's see. The best decision I ever made is joining this channel. Thank you all. Thank you all. YOLO, you got it. Thank you, Blair. See y'all later. Y'all come back now. You're the best, Uncle B. Thank you. See y'all at the Power Hour. I have never had mead that is this good as it sounds. ME is moving up apparently. 12.69 down 63 cents. It's coming up. Colin, you are fun date. Welcome home. Robert, 3 covered calls on SoFi expiring today, 24.50 strike. Am I doing it right? They're going to expire worthless today, so you've done okay. Drew, see you all in a few hours. Colin, do I have to pay property tax on my cardboard box? Depends on the neighborhood. Some are nasty. See, yes, is Wally. Giavi, more taxes, more problems. Doogie, headed for a higher tax bracket. Wally, thanks, Uncle Bruce and Jen. Thanks for the morning insight. See you soon. Bye, all. See you later on the moon, says Tony. Free thinker Colin, dangerously in America. Yes. Auntie, yes, Robert, as of right now, anyway. The stock is at 12.68 on ME. The low of the day was $12 even, so we have recovered. We have recovered to 12.69, 69-cent recovery. The high of the day was 13.40. So they are a ways, about half the way back from the low. Oh, excuse me, that's pretty significant. And 2.6 million shares traded on ME today. And that stock is coming on, which is great. Gore's 14.41 down 24 cents. AMC 62.56 down $1.83. ATIP 9.68 down 33 cents. GameStop 216.34 down 7.25. And SoFi 22.99 up 29 cents. Brucey, in the commodities market, I see that after the initial lockdown rush, toilet paper today touched a new bottom. Thoughts? It's sticky down there. I just be careful with that. Later, Wally's World, keep that melon warm. Take care, all. Mr. E, you have a great day, Uncle Bruce. See you this afternoon. Stretching time. Thanks, all. You betcha. See you all in the evening. We'll be here 3 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be back for my 2-hour show, last hour of the trading day, first hour of the aftermarket, then 7 o'clock tonight Eastern for live trivia on this channel and Traveling with Bruce for members of both channels. If you're a member, you're in. And we have a good time. Knee. We're throwing up the knees. Let me get some knees up there myself. Let's see what we can do here. We'll do a knee attack as we shut down this show. Here we go. Knee. I'm attacking it. You attack it. Let's hit it. Hit the knees. And we'll finish the show off here. Oh, yeah. The knee attacks are coming across the board, one after the other. Here we go. Knee. Here they are. We got them. Here they come. The knees are coming. Knee. That'll teach them for not taking a joke. That'll teach them all right there. Moon Manamo. There you go. You gotta love it. He's spamming again. Someone banned that stock market with Bruce. He's spamming. Oh my God. Knee. There they go. Right across the screen there. It's all knees. Knee. No stopping the knee attack and make these markets go higher. Down 412 on the Dow. Quickly trying to approach the best levels of the day on the Dow. There might be a partial recovery. maybe not. Partial comeback on the Dow. We were down to 33,291. Now we're 33,409. So, 120 point gain from the low of the day on the Dow. We'll see if there's any legs to this recovery or not, or whether it'll run out of gas. But anyway, there you have it, guys. I got to go. Thank you. I'll see you at 3 o'clock, and then I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight for trivia if you want to stick around for that, too. Come on back for that. Thank you, guys. He's choking on fresh air. What can I say? Okay, I'm out of here. We'll talk to you real soon, everybody. Bye for now.